Hello, and welcome back to another stream of Higurashi. Watanagashi? I think it is. Let me just do a quick audio check. Alright, seems to be fine. I'm also going to switch to old music, or is it new music? It is new music. Should be this one. So this time there's even more options, but I guess I'm sticking to this one. I switch between them each stream at this point. quick quick pre-stream warning. Usually I stream this tomorrow as well. I probably will not be able to because I have a family thing. So we'll see if I can catch up and get another stream of Higurashi up sometime in the week. Hopefully I can. And now, let's properly start. Last time on Higurashi, we went to the first 4 chapters of Watanagashi. What we saw is that we kind of got pretty familiar with Mion and Shion, more with Shion than Mion, and the only really creepy thing that happened as of yet, halfway creepy, is that the main character kicked a bike, they all fell down, bunch of hooligans were like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? Shion show up and like, no, and then suddenly like half of, what's it called? Mizawa showed up and was like just staring the thugs down, including elderly and children, which really shows how united, well, they are. But it's also kind of creepy. The other interesting thing is that Shion, got invited to. Shion invited the main character to a date. Essentially. It is clearly that it is a date, and to me, it is obvious Shion is separate from Mion, but to the main character, it isn't. So he is doing some dum-dum. Is having dum-dum moments. I think something's gonna happen mid-date, like Mion is gonna show up or something like that, and then it's gonna be like, oh shit, I'm an idiot. Or maybe post-date, we'll see. So yeah, for now, we are still in the early, what's it called? We are still in the early stages of this episode. Let's go. Continue. I knew we wouldn't be doing any club activities after school today before Mion even said anything. I'd been invited over by Shion for an all-you-can-eat dessert. Made a point of leaving half my lunch uneaten. My expectation would only be rivaled by my hunger. Keiichi-kun, you seem kinda happy today. Did something good happen? Did it? Guess it was obvious. Rena had a question me with a happy look. That's right. Why did I invite Rena for dessert as well? No, if I recall correctly, Shion said something about having a ticket. Worse, the restaurant might be admission by ticket only today. If that was the case, then having Rena be turned away at the door would result in the worst feelings ever. Yeah, but a little lucky. I'll tell you about it tomorrow. Rena, you'll definitely be jealous. Whoa! What is it? I'm jealous. This lucky thing. Is it cute, is it? Cute? Wonder what Rena would think of the uniforms at Angel Mort. It would definitely be a critical hit. Probably pretty cute. Wow, I'm jelly. What is it? What kind of fortune were you blessed with? Huh? Could it be you participated in the draw at Angel Mode about 2 months ago? And won? Hey now, I didn't even transfer here 2 months ago. Oh, that's right. Then it's not Angel's Dessert Festa then. Michan, what is the Angel's Dessert Festa exactly? You know, there's that family restaurant called Angel Mode right by Okonomiya Station. Every season they hold an event to promote their new dessert menu. Not today. Oh, it's no use going. The restaurant is reserved for people who won the draw. Mira explained once again what Shion explained to me last night. When I will have to stop by the restaurant sometime. I'll do my best to draw a winning ticket and aim to enter the next all-you-can-eat event. Knock yourself out. By the way, this is just something I heard. But there's a rumor that the tickets are being sold on the black market for a pretty penny. Hearing that story, I felt even more appreciative of the ticket that Shion procured for me. I just thought I was lucky to be able to eat desserts for free, but it turned out the ticket was much more valuable. The number of things I had to thank Shion for increased again. Thanks. I didn't know it was worth so much. I whispered in a voice only Mion could hear. That was how I conveyed my feelings. Mion looked at me for a moment before she tilted her head to the side and smiled confusedly. What? Did you say something? Would be a problem if you said something to me right now. That smile seemed to be telling me as much. Guess Mion wouldn't be accepting my gratitude while she was Mion. I'll go to the restaurant. Today I'll thank Mion while she's Shion. Hold on, this old man will take his leave. The work today is gonna be a little rough. Later. Mion waved her hand energetically as she left. Hey, Keiichi-kun. Mi-chan was being kinda weird lately. Like she's late or something. Huh? What? You think so? Well, I was pretty sharp when it came to these types of things. To me, Mion seemed the same as always, but Rena apparently felt something different. You don't know, Keiichi-kun? Totally thought you knew. Rena's skirt fluttered as she spun around with a coy smile. No, what exactly? I was obviously wheezing my way out of the question, but I wasn't lying. Honestly, I didn't really know what was going on. Why did Shion, a persona of Mion that she's created, appear before me? Something was blatantly up, but Rena paid it no heed. Oh, really? I wonder what it is then. When Mi-chan is in a good mood, so is Rena. Oh? Saying that, she spread her arms wide and spun around happily. I didn't know why, but Rena was in a really good mood. It was so infectious that I had to smile too. Even the chirping of the cicadas seemed joyful. But you see, Rena abruptly stopped spinning. Her expression had returned to a more somber one. You see, Mi-chan, lately, he's been in a lot of pain. What do you mean, pain? The pain that Rena was talking about probably wasn't physical. First, she tried to pretend it wasn't a big deal. But like a wound, it began to fester and grow. Eventually, she was no longer able to bear the pain, woke up in the middle of the night. Then she phoned Rena. Mi-chan was crying. I'm sorry. What are you talking about? What am I talking about? Huh? What is Rena talking about? What? Hey, don't play dumb like that. Just now you said, I don't know. Rena doesn't know anything. Ow! Rena spun as she laughed innocently. Eventually, she appeared to get sick. Stumbling, she steadied herself with her hand against the wall. Oh! The room is spinning. That was dumb. That's what you get for getting carried away and spinning like that. Sorry. Oh, I think I feel sick. I lend the ditz a shoulder to lean on. To be stumbling around like a newborn foal at this age is actually quite a feat. Rena in a good mood only babbled incoherently after that. I laughed as I responded to and chided her. However, the chance to revisit that heavy topic that Rena had brought up before never arrived. Higurashi when they cry. I'm sorry, I have to say the title when it appears. Just have to. We going to Angel Mode now? As soon as I got home, I tossed aside my school bag and changed in a hurry. The effects of only having a light lunch were starting to show. My stomach began to let out a fickle growls. Alright, let's go to Angel Mort. It's time to face the land of endless deserts. Preparations for the battle are complete. Tally-ho! Angel Mort had a decidedly different feel to it compared to yesterday. Desert Festa today, admittance by reservation only. Nonetheless, the front of the store was being swarmed by over a dozen of young men. Huh. Oh, you did. I'm gonna say, I wonder if they had the banner in the old background image. They do. Talking about how they were looking towards in jealousy instead of entering the store, they weren't invitees. Why would they gather here if they knew they couldn't get in? Found out the answer when I passed through the crowd and began to climb the steps to enter the restaurant. Are you a participant? Do you have a ticket? Yeah. Well, I was lucky. As soon as I said that, I was immediately mobbed. It's like being in the middle of a football scrum in a crowded train. What's going on? The reason was this. Wasn't just one ticket per person. One ticket could let up to 4 people inside. So it's like that, huh? Seems like I should have invited Brennan and the others. Thanks for the tip. But I'll pretend I didn't hear that. With an uplifting smile, I turned and ignored them. When I did, their arms all reached out at once, like the souls of the damned seeking a succor. A ticket can let up to 4 people. Please bring us in with you. What selfish people. This was the only reason they were crowded in front of the restaurant. Dozens of wretched arms reach out for me like the teeth of a giant rake and grasp at the air. I was already climbing the stairs to the entrance. What a heartless dick! Grab him! This isn't something to joke about. Flew up the rest of the stairs and threw myself inside the restaurant. It was like I had entered a different world. The miserable throng of the damned hurled curses at me from the other side of the glass door. But inside of this completely soundproofed and air-conditioned restaurant, with the angelic smile of a waitress to welcome me, they were nothing more than a refreshing piece of scenery. I knew that I shouldn't laugh, but I began to let out a sinister cackle. Good afternoon. Welcome to Angel Mort. Due to today's Desert Fiesta, the restaurant is reserved to customers who won the draw. Could I ask for your name and ticket? I don't have a ticket, but I should be on the guest list. Maibara. There it is. I'm sorry, but may I please have your full name? Keiichi. Keiichi Maibara. My apologies for the inconvenience. You're here by special invitation, right? I'll show you to your seat. Please, this way. Oh, did he not have a ticket? I guess I'm confused. But he did got a ticket, not special invitation. Whatever. Oh well. The mood inside the room was incredibly heated. The booths were packed to the brim. Men in their prime were stuffing their faces with dainty desserts that didn't suit them at all. It was rather an unnerving spectacle. Soon after, I was shown to my seat. Shion arrived. Good afternoon. Welcome to Angel Mort. Hey Shion, thanks so much for today. I really appreciate it. You were a bit late, so I was getting worried. I'm really happy you came though. It may have been because the customers were around it may have been because other customers were around her that her tone was less casual, but she still capped off the welcome with her usual brilliant smile. As you can see, there's a lot of customers here today. I'm not sure I'll be able to take a break. Please take your time and relax until I'm finished. When I'm done, let's go somewhere, okay? Whispering just the last part into my ear, Shion winked and returned to the kitchen. Maybe it was because the mood of the restaurant was so heated, but Shion seemed a bit bolder. Even a small change in her mannerisms was enough to set my heart aflutter. So to keep you waiting. While I was overwhelmed by the atmosphere inside the restaurant, orders from the new summer menu were carried out one after the other. Every single one was extremely huge. I get it. can eat all these amazing things for free. No wonder a ticket was worth its weight in gold. On top of that, all of it was plenty delicious. From dishes with a general appeal to insane ones aimed at a specific audience, there were absolutely no gaps in their repertoire. No matter how you look at this, I don't think one person can eat this much. Well, let's just leave it at that for now. I didn't feel relaxed in here at all. Probably because the fervor inside the restaurant was clearly abnormal. All the other seats were crammed with groups of 4. Sleazy men were gorging like pigs on cutely decorated desserts. It wouldn't have been a surprise they started licking their plates. It was more than a little unsettling. It piqued my interest, so I started listening to their conversations and what things I heard. Angel bought some more. Me? I bought my ticket for 70,000 on redacted auctions. I told work that I was attending a relative's funeral. Even seen the greatest. I wonder if the waitress would wipe it for me if I spilled some water on my pants right now. Meow. I'm not doing the second meow. I heard they're planning on selling Angel Mod figures. We'll have to pay heed at the next event. Speaking of which, the major figure maker decided to bring out the line. We must confirm the release date. The problem is there's too many variants to bulk buy them. If I were just a normal set of family restaurant uniforms, there'd only be around 10 types. But including the secret set with different poses that are planned, there's hundreds or so. Someone trade with me when I get a double. It's my duty as a fan to complete the collection right away. No, this is destiny between us. The words spinning out of their mouths were pretty much all incomprehensible jargon, but they still keenly conveyed the hidden behind them were an invisible aura of abnormality. So to keep you waiting, the next dessert is Tropical Cinnamon Love Affair. Is something the matter? No, it's just kind of different inside the restaurant today. Our restaurant's pretty famous in their circles. Well, we were aiming for that, so it's all well and good. But during Festas, there's something of the more hardcore crowd, so it can be a handful. The waitress informed me quietly with a wry smile. The customers seem rather riled up, almost like a pack of hyenas. Seems a lot of the customers today came from unreasonably far away. Those types of people are fairly prone to losing their self-control. It's a little scary. You don't keep your guard up, something bad can happen. What did she mean by keep your guard up? At that moment, a large crash resounded throughout the room. I stood out startled to see that the waitress had fallen down, spilled the order she was carrying right onto a customer. Uh-oh. Wait, isn't that Shion? I'm sorry. Fuda. Oh, what have you done? The jeans that I bought at a certain specialty shop for a whole 1,800 yen are all sticky with frosting. What the hell is that? For somebody who just met with a disaster, he seems awfully happy. How tragic. It seems that a little Miss Waitress will have to wipey it from the bottom of her heart. The conversation suddenly veered off in an odd direction. Hey, what did he say? Wipey? Do you want Shion to wipe him down? Right with that obviously apparent tent that he had pitched over his crotch? Oh, wow. But that is... Wipey. The wipey chant quickly spread throughout the room. Totally cornered, Shion went pale. She looked over to the more experienced waitress for help, but she was only met by a head shaking out of pity. Sasaki-san was tripped. Customers who do that purposely get their clothes dirty have been on the rise lately. Saying she was tripped? Then what happened just now? Was it an accident? It was on purpose? The regular girls are careful about it, so they definitely won't end up like that. But Sasaki is only a seasonal hire, so she had her guard down. The customers today could easily pick up on that, so she's been targeted since this morning. What's the manager doing? He could just kick those thugs out. We're in the service industry, so there's not much we can do about it. She laughed as she said that with a resigned tone. Shion trembled uncontrollably with a dishcloth in her hand as she turned bright red. The man who had been doused in frosting splayed out on the bench, putting the cream-covered tent over the don't need the mental imagery. Still mentally unprepared, her trembling hand inched towards, goaded on by the onlookers. Come, it is time for the wipey. From my male point of view, it might have been a ridiculous spectacle, we just smiled wryly at, but from a woman's point of view, this was obviously pure humiliation. You're about to do something stupid? When I was trapped by those thugs and had been paralyzed by fear, Shion fearlessly stood up to them and saved me. Still, as humiliating as it was, Shion was also partly to blame for this. It wasn't as though her life was at stake, right? Even those guys, they were just going to jeer at her in a bit of a loot situation. It's not like they were going to eat Shion alive or anything. Be alright if I just consoled her afterwards. And I was scared, but Kei-chan was in trouble, so I had to really do my best. When I, as a man, was being assailed by 3 thugs while paralyzed with fear, Shion saved me without a second thought. What about now? Sleazy, filthy degenerates were trying to pin the blame on Shion. This time, our roles were reversed. Hey, Keiichimibara, if you don't save her now, when will we be able to repay the debt you owe her? You scared, Keiichimibara? At that time, Shion, no Mion, didn't even show a hint of hesitation. Then what about now? I'm not hesitating. Then what? If you're not hesitating, then why aren't you helping her? Now resign yourself to your fate. Shut up, you greasy fat ass. Get out of here before I get angry. Ooh. Crashed Shion's shoulder firmly and pulled her behind me. Kei-chan, yonder Ventress was the one who wet my pants. The one who needs punishing is you. Not with the empty words. If you're a man, talk with your fists. Oh! My body was lifted into the air like nothing, thrown right back into my own seat. This guy is strong. No matter how you look at it, athletic and this though aren't even the same area code. Many otakus are unexpectedly well versed in some obscure martial art. Don't be underestimating us. The man smirked, showing off his gum line. Kei-chan, are you okay? Damn, how lame must I look right now? You were tripped, weren't you, Shion? They're the ones in the wrong queue, so don't let them take advantage of you. That may be, but it's still my fault. Ah! One more time! Let's do it! Snap pot crash. Don't you think this is enough to make me give up? One more time! Whack snack funk. Ho ho ho! You all talk! I'm not done yet! Rise my will to fight! Ah! Not just running, but every one of my steps firmly as I close the distance to the lard wall. Each time I ripped my foot off the floor, I would feel my burning spirit flare up from the point of impact. Everything slowed down, like I was walking underwater. As I stepped forward in that vicious flow of time, I calmly measured the gap between us. Without differences in height, reach was my ultimate advantage. There was a ever so tiny distance between us, where only my punch would be able to reach. Unleashed my iron fist of righteous anger, but it flew towards his face slowly, was punching in the water. Reacting to that, with a smirk on his face, the bat so easily slipped inside of my punch. hadn't realized it until now, but in this mired time, was able to observe his baffling counterattack with almost painful clarity. His arm slowly swung around, a large windmill motion, wrapped around my whiffed punch, and descended in an arc. The arms swung around like the arms of a cloak, and came into contact with my head, twisting my body around. Dragging my head along, he followed through with another rotation. This time he rotated the entire body like a top, followed by another rotation. Combining defense and offense, it was a brilliant counter. That's right, 3 times was thrown after 3 rotations, I think. In this viscous region of time, I was unable to struggle, and I could only wait dumbstruck until the moment I was thrown. The moment I was, the sluggish temporal normality abruptly ended. Crash! You lack training, young man. I love to admit it. Against so many trained in martial arts, I couldn't win through force of will alone. My consciousness faded in a wave of dizziness. When I came to, I was lying down in my own seat. Thankfully, you weren't injured. The more experienced waitresses from before wiped the sweat off my brow with a towel. While she was doing that, a red-faced and teary-eyed Shion trudged over. Are you okay? Doing that for my sake, I'm sorry. I'm sorry too, it wasn't much help. I've never won a fight before. No, you're just trying to help me. Made me happy. I'm not joking. Just that I was thinking that it was lucky Kei-chan came here today. After he said that, she stuck her tongue out teasingly. She wiped off the whipped cream with the washcloth she was holding in her hands. Ozaki-san, you can take a break now. You still have one or 2 hours left, don't you? No, it's fine. Even though it's just part-time, it's still a paying job. I want to work properly while I'm on the clock. Sorry, you don't have to worry about me. She couldn't even put up a brave front. I would never even think for a second that Mion could be this weak. This was Shion, and she had been harassed by some unreasonable riffraff. That was reality. Kei-chan, don't mind me. Please eat as much as you can. When you're done, you'll have your fill out a survey. Well then, I'll go back to the floor. With some consoling words and sympathetic smile from Shion, the other waitresses started to head back to work. That's where I stopped her. Excuse me, could I borrow your phone? The phone? It's by the register. I'll show you where. Put a 10-yen coin over to my wallet. This wasn't about saving face. By being a wolfless coward was an unchangeable fact, but I could just cry myself to sleep about it later tonight. Now was not the time for tears. I had to fight. If I recall, 1 ticket is good for 4 people, right? It's alright if I call over 3 more people. Yes, that's fine. For the time being, I'll write them down on the guest list. You have their names? Turned around. Glared at the greasy hooligans who subjected Shion to that humiliation. Renna's gonna destroy them. There are 3 things that aren't working in your favor today, punk. The first is that I owe Shion. The second is that I'm a man who's not afraid to throw away his pride to win. The third is that we're the most powerful club members in history. Please add Rena Ryugu, Satoko Hojo, and Rika Furada to the guest list. Understood, I'll do that. I'll have the best and most powerful club members join the fray. You can bring down 1,000 foes. You fat asses, prepare to meet your maker! This is a nice restaurant. Oh, the universe is so cute. Rena wants to wear them too. Oh. On top of that, we're being treated to dessert. I'm deeply moved. Yeah, eat as much as you like. Don't worry about my share. Keiichi-san, enough with the charades. Let's get to the point. Rika put down the forks when Satoko breached the subject. Looking at them for a few moments, I passed my forehead firmly to the table. I beg of you. Don't care if you make fun of how pathetic I am. Please let me as threatened. Few of them seemed surprised by some turns of events, but nonetheless, to listen to what I had to say without making fun of my usual behavior. What's the matter? Something happened, didn't it? Actually, Miyotsuga sister Shion is working part-time in this restaurant. Ah, that little sister you were talking about, right? Could it be her? Could it? You resemble her. Resembled? It's just Mion with her hair down, isn't it? I don't know how to say. Keiichi says it's Shion, then it's Shion. That might be twins, but they really do look that much alike. They're called monozygotic twins. They really can look identical. And I gave the most plausible explanation, so everybody else was convinced. Well then, do you believe me? I'll get to the point then. Counted everything that had just happened. How Shion was targeted, how she was antagonized by the customers, humiliated that was forced upon her. Also how incredibly pathetic I was, screwing everything up without trying to hide. That's our fault. Poor Shi-chan. However, for you to be unable to help her, there should be a limit to how insulting you can be. There's nothing I can say to that. Satoko-chan, admit that you lost and seek help is a very difficult thing to do. Keiichi-kun chose to help Shi-chan rather than save his pride. So pathetic. Rena's follow-up stung a bit, but I could only be thankful that she understood. Satoko was calling me all sorts of names, but there was no malign intentions behind her words. Then, what should we do? Her voice was monotone, but there was a hint of resolve in her words. Replied to Rika-chan's suggestive silence in kind with my own quiet resolve. Well, I thought it would be something like that. It's a bit much for Keiichi-san to handle alone. Huh? Can you help? Of course, Keiichi-kun. We'll help anybody who's being bullied. Remember when I remember what was cornered by those fucks. What Shion had said, that the strong feelings of solidarity in Hinamizawa really began to hit home. However, Keiichi Mibara, now is not the time to get choked up with the tears of gratitude. Now is the time to fight. Sorry, I own you one. You tried your best, but didn't stand a chance alone. How sad, how sad. Rika-chan gently pat my head for me, but there was no mindless pity in the palm of her hand. It was overflowing with a strong, dependable feeling of leave the rest to us. Mion can join us due to the various circumstances, so temporarily be taking command. Our strategy will revolve around Shion's defense and the extermination of the enemy combat capability. Who's the enemy? Are there a lot of them? From this point forward, anybody who messes with Shion should be considered an enemy combatant. There are no rules of engagement. Compensation will be the dessert you just ate. Any questions? Everybody had already entered club mode, their eyes peering at the riffraff, clambering around inside the restaurant like predators stalking their prey from the darkness. Rika-chan held up her hand. What is it, Rika-chan? Do we have to show mercy? Of course we don't have to. We have no need to show mercy to the rabble that would dare lay a finger on Mion's little sister. It's okay, Keiichi. Rika-chan was furious. She was really ready to pretty much murder someone. I'm counting on you, Rika-chan. I, Keiichi Mibara, shall assume all responsibility. Rout them! Alright. Rena's going to do her best. Sorry, please do. Keiichi-san, you don't have to be so tense. We'll just wait and see. By the time you finish the buffet, we'll have finished cleaning up too. Well then, everyone, let's give it our all. Go for it! Yay! Yay! That's the most powerful warband the world has ever known, trained by Mion, began to move. I was the oldest, the only boy, and behaved like a leader. But when you consider our club activities, I was by far the most junior member. Individually, everyone besides me had terrifying combat capabilities. If all of them combined their strength to protect Shion, I couldn't even imagine. This floor will be about to witness something terrible and awe-inspiring. Sasaki-san, 5 deluxe buffet for table 7. Sure thing. Shion carried the order to the tables. Shion to carry all 5 buffets, but wobbling took so much effort that she didn't have the briefing room to pay attention to her feet. Comrades, here she comes yet again. This time we'll have to spill everything on my pants. Have to give an especially true wipey. The things the game makes me say. It was the same wipey scheme that had occurred just a short time earlier. This time another one of them was trying it out for himself. The very depravity of these men was itself a full-out attack. Rena, this is Keiichi. Ambush them around table 5 and 6. Rena, do you copy? The rest of them was so cute. Oh, I want to take them home. Shion, her bottom swaying while carrying the parfaits, was being chased by an equally swayed Rena. She was supposed to be escorting Shion, but Rena was instead transfixed by the back of her uniform. From a normal person's point of view, it was probably like having a fox guard a hen house. But when I came to Rena, things are different. Cute mode 120% synchronization. We've won. When Rena's in that state, even the laws of physics don't apply. Shion's legs are unsteady and defenseless, were being targeted by those sleazebags. No, my comrades! Hail, my Führer, shining Lucifers of the Harumi Mecca. Alex sneaked out to trip Shion's defenseless feet. Egads, three of them at once? Yo! What? Happened in an instant. The three fools righted in pain as the legs bent in unnatural angles. Oh! What's that madness? Rena teetered into view, gave them a warning. How? No mischief, okay? No means no. Rena's going to be the one to take her home. This girl, what's with the strange technique? The human scum clutched at their bruised ankles as they passed out. That's our Rena-san. No matter how many times I see it, always frighteningly quick. Yeah, it's an unbreakable barrier. Everyone within a 2-meter radius who attacks Shion is completely obliterated by Rena. As Shion was making her rounds through the restaurant, there were people here and there collapsing with welts on their legs or hands. How? Keiichi-kun, this is Rena. There's nobody left that spot or Shi-chan, so I'm gonna take her home now. Rena, this is Keiichi. Good work. Please continue the mission. Also, permission to take home denied. Repeat, permission to take home denied. Then I'll just look. Oh. I guess just looking is fine. That wouldn't prevent her from guarding Shion, so I guess it's okay. Anyway, thanks to this, I knew who tried to mess with Shion. Anyway, who was clutching their arms or legs while they were riding in agony was basically branded by their bruises. Currently, we have finished identifying all the enemy forces. Proceeding to the next phase. Satoko, this is Keiichi. What's your status? This is Satoko. That's a rude way to ask. Keiichi-san, exactly who do you think I am? Satoko was in the kitchen. She had spread open a sketch of the restaurant on the counter, replete with orders, chits, and their destinations, and now sorting through the freshly made desserts. Hey, what are you doing? Now. Zaki-san, it's alright, just leave it to her. More importantly, we're taking all these orders out at once. I'm counting on you. The veteran waitress was briskly directing her juniors as the trays went out one after the other. All the desserts that had passed through Satoko's hands were delivered at once. How? Lots of cute desserts are coming, huh? I think you know this, but don't touch them. At least if you still value your life. I know, but Suddenly, they were all incredibly cute-looking desserts. They were all works of art that you could enjoy before even taking your first bite. However, since Satoko had meddled with them, they were nothing more than an unpredictable danger. Blissfully ignorant of the fact that the men now stuffing their faces. This is... Almost right away they realized something was wrong. Satoko, what did you mix in there? Couldn't have been salt or Tabasco, right? My, what are you saying, Keiichi-san? You said no mercy. I might not look like it, but But when it comes down to business, I like to be very thorough. As she said that, she twirled a dubious file with fingers before putting it away, smarting to her pouch. Acceptive? Rika, this is Satoko. The customers are moving. Escort duty is all yours. Leave it to me. Come to think of it, I didn't see Rika-chan anywhere. Where could she be lurking? Clatter, clatter. Several men stood up suddenly from their seats, surveying the restaurant for something. The restless fidgeting. And that look of relief when they found this single placard hanging from the ceiling. The written placard was the word restroom. Again, a mad rush in that direction. It wasn't just one or two people. All the people that were branded as the enemy were standing up from their seats while clutching their stomachs. Oh, I think I was a little greedy. Where's the washroom? Mewtwo. Not a number one, but a number two. I need to crash out, meow. Where's the toilet? I found it. Not saying that one. I felt dirty just thinking about what Sadako probably did to the desserts. From was hard to follow this up. I was intrigued, so I followed the rush of men to the washroom. The narrow hallway connected to the restroom was crammed with about 10 men. What is this? As I peered over to see what had happened, whoa! It seemed that the toilet was clogged and backflow unleashed a loud gargling sound of terrible stench. There was no way to use it in this state. Damn that Sadako, what a frightening display of power. No, this wasn't Sadako's doing. It was divine punishment. They were just unlucky. Just apologetically asked one of the police here to clean it up. I can't do my business like this. What do we do, meow comrades? It's a brilliant combination of traps, but it would be better if there were one more push to the kicker. Seeing as it was Sadako, she wouldn't overlook that. Meow, it's come to this. It's time for the last resort. Based on a moral dilemma, the man only had one other option. Women's restroom. Is the girls' room getting us in trouble? I'm pretty sure there's no female customers today. Why didn't I think of that before? Women's toilets are the best. What a brazen bunch they are. The men's sweat now pouring from their brows with a mad rush to the girls' room without any hesitation. Meep? No! There was a girl there. It was Rika-chan. The men stood there frozen in their various complicated positions indicating their surprise. Rika-chan also seemed dumbfounded by the sudden turn of events, but the look on her face was strangely perfect. This was all part of the plan as well. You sly dog, Rika. Should have never underestimated you. This is, you see, mademoiselle? Meep. The men's room is a bit dangerous at the moment, so we just want to borrow the toilet here right now. Meep. But I guess it's not right after all, right, my comrades? That's by having a girl stand there in the restroom, never knew it could put up such an overwhelming barrier. There's no way anybody could be brave enough to leave Rika out of the way to try and do their business. This is the most they could do after all. If it were a man in the full club mode, for example someone like me, they would plow through Rika-chan without a second thought. Now what are you gonna do, your fat asses? The price for tormenting Shion still hasn't been paid. If you're in trouble, I can help you. That would be much appreciated. How would you do that? You can use on the toilets outside. I'll show you to them. That would be perfect. Please, please, at this rate I'll end up becoming a group enemy pariah. Rika-chan was a pleasant smile on her face, guided into a casual stride in her step. Is this race against time? The slow pace was a sadistic torture. Is this toilet far from here? We'll get there soon. Obeying Rika-chan's directions, you're about to leave the restaurant. Keiichi couldn't finish it. Give him hell. Yeah, leave it to me. Spread my arms out and block them as they tried to leave the restaurant. What is the meaning of this? Defcon 1 here. We'll stop you to tops of lot. You know what happens if you set 1 foot outside, right? What is the meaning of this? Look, it's right here on the ticket. Not valid for re-entry, see? You're free to use any toilet you want. The moment you step outside the door, you can't come back. Boom. You remember this? I don't want to guide anybody who says scary things like that. Everybody panicked and Rika-chan began to turn back, with only figuratively and literally fall in line. All the waitresses also lined up to see them off. Thank you very much for coming. We shall return! Bell rang playfully as the door behind them shut. How pathetic, too easy. We did it, yay! I feel like this store is culpable in poisoning their customers today, but okay. I guess they have enough of a possible excuse that it wasn't actually laxatives by how much they gorge themselves. Even though our group is doing the worst job of keeping it on the down low, but oh well. Rena and Satoko clapped their hands together. Phew, I couldn't hold a candle to those guys by myself, but when the group's together, we send them packing like a herd of cattle. The opponents this week, any of us could take them out by ourselves. H-san, you need to up your game. I was loath to admit it, but Sadako was right. Damn it. One day I'll be strong enough to be worthy to stand alongside them. But I'm really glad that we were able to protect Mi-chan's little sister. Now there's none of those bad people who are pulling pranks left. Blessed to have such wonderful friends, Sawazaki-san. The veteran waitress was also smiling. After the herd was sent packing, it has calmed down completely inside the restaurant. Shin was flustered as she glanced between us, the now empty seats. You did that for me? I mean... Shin's expression was somewhat between happy and guilt-ridden. Her face had turned slightly red as she ran into the kitchen. Whoa, Shi-chan is cute! They really are twins, how? Given Shion's personality, there's no way she'd thank us directly. We might have been a bit excessive in our means, but I'm really glad we were able to save her. I think you know this already, but Sasaki is very grateful. As a representative of floor staff here, I also extend my gratitude. Clap, clap, clap. The applause quickly spread throughout the entire restaurant. Not only the waitresses, but also customers who were genuinely there to enjoy the desserts. Everybody's lauding our efforts. And then everybody clapped. When we had mostly finished eating and were filling out the survey, Rika-chan's made her turn. Oh, good work. Did everything go alright? It took a while. I'm sorry. I got lost on the way back. It was a lot of trouble. Haha, Rika-chan likes to stray down some pretty strange roads, so she gets lost pretty often. How did she get lost just guiding people to a nearby toilet? Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. Rika-chan has a lot of strong points that more than make up for that. I can see that. That expression in the girls' room, you're quite a thespian. H was being horrible. He was going, if I were in their shoes, I'd just run her over and rush into the washroom. What? Did what I was thinking show up on my face again? Keiichi-kun was a pervert? No, I mean, I could laugh about it, but a few days later, a newspaper headline read, the 10 unidentified men were taken to custody in Hideyama. The men claimed they traveled from Shishibone City by foot to find a toilet, but the spot they were taken into custody was excess kilometers away from Shishibone. When I read the article, I realized how terrifying Rika-chan really was. Well then, thanks for treating me. Happy that you called me here today. Oh, are you going home already? You can stay a little longer. I was in the middle of organizing some drawers. If I leave it like that, I won't be able to put out the futon. Ah, I guess that's true. Oops, looks like I called her at a bad time. Yeah, when I phoned her, she was in the middle of cleaning her room. But she still came. Well, it was an emergency, so it couldn't be helped. Besides that, I got to eat lots of sweets, so I'm very happy. Thanks for today. Sorry for calling you out suddenly. Tell Shion I said bye. I'll be taking my leave then. Rena-san, please take your time. Yeah, I will. Later. Rika and Satoko in a good mood horsed around with each other as they left. Higurashi when they cry. This is a long chapter, but that's fine. While Rena and I were having a discussion about the dessert we just ate, Shion arrived with some coffee. Oh? Did the two little ones leave already? Hearing them called little ones was strange, so I inadvertently burst out laughing. Apparently they were in the middle of cleaning, so they went home. Shion had brought enough coffee for 4 people. I heard from my senior. It seems that you went through a lot of trouble for my sake. There's no trouble at all. None other than Shi-chan was in pinch after all. Oh, is it right if I call you Shi-chan? It matches with me-chan, so I thought it'd be cute. Ah well, whatever you want. Shion seemed a bit hesitant when Rena started talking to her. Rena is pretty sharp about something, so Shion was probably worried that Rena would find out that she was Mion after talking like this. Shion said she'd have work soon, hurried off back to the kitchen, being behind coffee for just 2 of us. Rena was a bit upset. She was a bit upset with Rena. Maybe she thought I was being too friendly? Aww. She's just embarrassed. Still, they really do look the same. Instead of twins, it's like there's another Mi-chan. They look the same, but the atmosphere around them, or rather, the inside is completely different. I think those types of twins are pretty interesting though. You think that, Keiichi-kun? I think they're identical on the inside too. Somehow became silent. Rena was just staring at the pattern the milk made on the surface of her coffee without saying a word. Somebody like me who could never stop talking was a rather uncomfortable moment. Rena's off-put mannerism seemed to imply I said something I shouldn't have. But unpleasantness carried on for a little while. Rena? Said it today, right? That Mion was hurting. Did I say something like that? Don't play dumb with me. You definitely said it. On the way back from school. Rena answered by laughing or continuing to play dumb, questioning if she said that. The thick-headed as I was, I had a faint realization. Rena wanted to say that I was the one who hurt Mion. But when? Me? Hypothetically, if something like that happened, it's not something I did out of malice. Continued the conversation, left out of assumption that I had hurt Mion. Yeah, I think that's true. I don't think Keiichi-kun had any bad intentions. Rena replied, also leaving out the assumption that I had hurt Mion. But then confirmed it. I don't know how it happened, but it seemed that I had hurt Mion, and Rena was upset with me due to the fact that I hadn't realized it. I don't want you to misunderstand. It's not that Rena is mad at you. Seeing right through what I was thinking, Rena said that as she smiled even more gently than usual. It's just that, how do I say this? It's hard. If I made a mistake, please say so clearly. I'm so thick-headed, I discussed it with myself. If there's something I should apologize for, then I'd want to know even a little quicker so I can make up for it. I don't think that Keiichi-kun made a mistake. Depending on how you look at it, Mi-chan might be the one who's being unfair. Taking the stance that the girl was the one being unfair might be unfair in itself. What Rena said was draped in mystery. Fortunately, I had no idea what she meant. The one thing I got out of it was that I had said or done something to inadvertently hurt Mion. I'm begging you, Rena. Mion is one of my best friends. I don't want to leave something between us that could cause problems later on. So tell me, how did I hurt her? I can't tell you. You need to realize something like this for yourself. Rena was smiling like she always did, but spoke bluntly. The fact that she had this strength of will to surprise me for a moment. I'm asking you because I can't figure it out, you know? My tone had unintentionally become harsh. Rena was also surprised for a moment, but quickly turned to her flat demeanor. Well then, I guess just a hint is fine. This is special, okay? Sorry. Please, I'll think about this seriously. Rena looked around the restaurant, searching for Shion. Shion was working enthusiastically, without confidence as usual. Shi-chan, if she ties her hair up, it is impossible to tell her apart from Mi-chan, right? Yeah, that's true. So then, if Mi-chan let her hair down, would she be impossible to tell apart from Shi-chan? Probably. What does that have to do with anything?
何の関係があるんだよ。
What if her being the younger twin was a lie? That she was just me trying to pretend to be her sister? What would you think? Girl was sharper than her daily behavior, villainite. Was hesitant in verbally affirming that, but it was the right answer. It might be unfair to answer a question with a question. But if I like you, like you say, Mion is just pretending to be Shion, what purpose would that serve? After maintaining the silence for a while, Rena glanced at the clock. That's what I want you to think about. Maybe that was too much of a hint. Aww. After thanking me for dessert, Rena stood up from her seat. Sorry, was asked to buy a few things, so it's about time I left. Is it okay with you if I tell Shion sorry I didn't say goodbye? Yeah, I'll tell her. Sorry. Huh? That Rena is so short-tempered. Sorry for getting angry. Keiichi-kun isn't the only one at fault here. Rel was harsh in her apology. But I was the only one who really should have apologized. I think to me-chan, it's something that doesn't bother her much anymore. So if you want to forget the whole thing that happened, that's fine too. But you see, as a girl, I'd hope that Keiichi-kun realize it by himself, comes to apologize of his own volition. Ow! Switching to cute mode at the end, she disappeared in the direction of the register. While I was staring into space, somebody suddenly tapped me on the shoulder. Sorry to keep you waiting. Finally done. By the way, I know Rena just laid it pretty thick on that Mion and Shion are the same person, but I still do not believe you, game. Oh, one moment. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. I'm finally done. It was Shion who had changed into her street clothes. She flashed a smile while greeting me. Thank you so much for today. Everything was delicious. We were all really happy with it. Oh no, don't mention it. But I'm glad everybody had fun. Huh? That girl that was just here left as well? Got some shopping to do. She said that she was sorry for leaving without saying anything. I see. Well then, should we leave as well? Even though I'm off duty, I'm still nervous around the workplace. We ended up strolling around without any destination in particular. I had been sitting the entire time, so was in need of breath of fresh air. When we left, the sky was already become draped in a veil of darkness. Gotten dark already, even though I promised I'd be finished early. Shion seemed upset that there wasn't much time left. Oh well, at least we got a little time to chat like this. Saying that, Shion set out with a 3-line boulevard behind the station. The front of the station was slowly becoming crowded with businessmen heading home. Well then, I guess I should start with the introduction. I was mistaken for my sister when we first met, so we never got to the proper introduction ourselves. I could only smile and laugh wryly. My name is Shion Sonozaki. I'm only similar to my older sister in appearance. My sister is rough around the edges and hot-headed, but I'm composed and methodical person. Remember when I said I had been talking about earlier? I said that they looked the same, but their personalities were different. Or Rena said they were both the same. I don't know what tipped her off, but Rena figured out that Shion was Mion. No, I think Rena figured out that Shion is just putting up a front. Also, related to that, she said that I had hurt Mion. Rena had given only one hint. That was, why is Mion pretending to be Shion? Shion, what did you hear about me from Mion? My sister seems to have taken a liking to you. Talks about you quite a bit. Like about club activities, about getting pranked and pranking you back. Boyish kinds of stories. You really do get along. Boyish kinds of stories, huh? Come to think of it, I think there was something Shion told me before. Hey-chan, you don't think of my sister as a girl, do you? Was that what happened that hurt Mion? Mion herself said that she wished she had been born a boy, that being a girl didn't suit her. She said a lot of things to that effect, didn't she? Kei-chan, you look like you're having fun. Huh? Ah, no, that's not true. Even though you're bad at hiding things, you sure like to lie, don't you? Well, I don't hate you for it. Saying that, she lightly chopped my forehead. Even though Shion was enjoying herself, I was still trying to figure out how I had hurt Mion. I was having a hard time figuring out the riddle that Rena had left me with. Hey, see that? You think I'm pretty? I think even a guy would find it pretty. Yeah, it is pretty. She was having fun window shopping, dragging me by all sorts of stores, would normally never enter. I wasn't like she was begging me to buy her anything. I wasn't getting bored either. It was just something to talk about as we walked around. In an easygoing way, we browsed through numerous stores. We discussed all sorts of topics, knew nothing about, but I didn't lose interest. I had the feeling she was good at conversation. Kei-chan, is this your first time doing this kind of thing? Yeah, it is. If somebody didn't bring me into this accessory shop, I don't think I'd set foot in it my entire life. Not that. I mean, more like this. What? Leapt back when Sion suddenly linked her arms with mine. Hey, you don't have to act so surprised. Not so embarrassed to link arms with a girl, is it? Chin's expression was a little bit miffed, but suggested at the same time. I'm not embarrassed. You want some arms? I can spare one or two. Here. Kei-chan, you really know how to contain someone. I see why my sisters took a liking to you. Hey, if you don't want my arm, I'm taking it back. Ah, come on. I'm happy to have it. Laughing in good spirits, Shion linked her arm with mine. Heart skipped a beat. This question might be a bit mean, but I want to enjoy seeing your reaction, Kei-chan. Have you ever been in arm with a girl before? Around a bonfire at a field trip doesn't count, by the way. That little devil. She was asking the question, knowing full well that what the answer would be. Well, if field trips are out, this is rough. I thought as much. That impish laugh, it really is the same as Mion's. You really are Shion, right? You're not just Shion saying that you're Mion saying that you're Shion, are you? Are you thinking that my sister might pretend to be me? I thought you were twins until just now, but that way you mess around is just like Mion. You're just saying that. You can tell us apart easily. What do you mean by that? My sister was holding your arms like this. Would you get nervous? I would. Be completely on edge up worrying about what she would go for an arm lock. Shion laughed as hard as she had to hold onto her sides. Hey, is it really that funny? You're tearing up? No, it's just... I was just thinking about how hopeless my sister is. She isn't even able to get a young man hot and bothered, but she's arm in arm with him. She really is a failure as a woman. I remember that once again that I'd heard someone say that before. Sometimes I think that my sister would have been better off if she'd been born a boy. If she did, I might have fallen for her. Just kidding, hahaha. Mion did say something about wanting to be born a boy. My sister is on the fence as to whether she wants to be a boy or a girl. Well, it's the price she pays for living an awkward lifestyle. Just leave her be. You've been saying some pretty harsh things about your sister right now. Mion has some soft parts to her that I don't like. That The way that Shion talked about sounded cold. Shion, do you not get along with Mion? Well, we get along well enough. Still, there's a few things for which I can't forgive her, as her sister. Hey, look at that. Don't you think it's cute? Turned around to look at where Shion was pointing. What was there was the familiar display window of a toy shop. Oh, I have got a feeling. Same shop that was the stage of the incident that occurred during last Sunday's club activities. What Shion was pointing at was a display, the plethora of adorable dolls that looked like the sort girls would like. I wonder why girls like these kind of things. Because they're cute. Don't you think they're cute, Kei-chan? I'm a man, so I don't really get the vibe. Well, now. Which one do you think is the cutest of them all, Kei-chan? Shion, pulling on my arm, mentioned the row of dolls. They're all lined up like they were close sisters, like a commemorative photo. A few of them seem strangely familiar. I've seen those four over there somewhere. Oh, I guess they really are famous. Even if you know them. Shion sounded impressed. Those are the new dolls that were just brought from England. There are still some available here. Around the cities, they have trouble keeping them on shelves, even though they're supposed to be inexpensive. It seems they're starting to come at a premium. Yes, girls still like these kind of things, even as they grow up. Depends on the person, but I think that girls who don't like dolls and stuffed animals are pretty few and far between. Even my tomboy of a sister said these were adorable. Or, when Mion says they're adorable, that is pretty amazing. That's right, just remembered. The store owner gave me the one person Sunday event. Except for Mion, who was a relative, everybody had gotten something. We do think that one's the best. The frilly dress gives it something. That's it. That's the one the shop owner gave to me. So it seems. Shin replied softly but clearly. Uncle Yoshiro gave those out as thanks for helping live up the Sunday event. Seems he gave them to the 4 friends my sister brought along. So you got the doll with the dress then. What did you think? It was really cute, right? The man, there's no way I'd think it was cute. You can think it's cute. Cuteness can be objective. You can just not be into cuteness. It's fine to think something's cute and also think you're not interested in it. So what did you do with it all? I wasn't really going to do anything with it. I gave it to someone. Rena. To whom? Shion laughed. I could hear an audible click run through my head like a piece of jigsaw puzzle snapping into place. This really was the focal point, huh? Thank you for today, everyone. You made the turn great. It's not much, but here's something extra for today. Uncle Yoshio, isn't there a little something for me too? My, quite an adorable one, is it? And Sadako and Rika-chan open up the bag. There were cute little stuffed animals inside. Wow, they're so cute. Can I take them home? We can. Which means there's something for me too. Whoa, they're a pretty adorable one. Stuffed toy wearing a beautiful dress. Dress eyes were glued to the stuffed toy. Sadako was the same, and Rika-chan too. I see. It wasn't just Rena, Sadako, and Rika-chan. There was one other person who seemed jealous. Ahaha, Kei-chan got the one that fits him the least. Not wanting for her expression to give it away, she had said that to hide her embarrassment. Well, I guess it's cute and pretty. Can't admit it. It's adorable, but a doll with changeable clothes is If you walk around with that, then you'd be treated like a weirdo starting tomorrow, definitely. Mion's usual teasing way of talking looked around to see who I should give the doll to. Mion was right in front of me. Mion was the only one who hadn't received a present, so I thought about giving it to her. But I didn't. Huh? Giving to me? To Rena? Thank you. Turning away from Mion's courteous gaze, gave the doll to Rena. Mion's smile bore into my back. There was no way I couldn't have noticed. Why did I give it to Mion? Why didn't I give it? Mion was the only one who didn't get anything. Wouldn't it have been just standard practice to give it to her? That time I had noticed that something was wrong. That's why I said it. Just protecting myself. If I didn't give it to Rena, then walking the streets at night would be scary. Hahaha. No doubt, no doubt. I thought I would give him to Mion. Just didn't feel right. Something dark flickered briefly inside Mion's eyes, but at the time I didn't notice it. I'd thought to give it to Mion, why didn't I? Hehe, you know it. Sometimes I wonder why I wasn't boy or born. Mion herself had said that to laugh, so I didn't realize that I had hurt her. That's right. Mion is more suited to cool things. So I think having you help out here was the right choice. Huh. Shiona's probably thinking she misheard me. Uniform, it would never suit someone like Mion. But if it's Shion, I think it just works. You mean that, Shion, like Rena, often does space out and turn bright red. Mion seemed really happy. She seemed happy that I complimented Shion, saying that it doesn't suit Mion, but that it suited Shion, and that it suited her seemed to make her happy. Mion's younger twin sister. She's got a different personality, but she's a dead ringer for Mion. That's right. They look similar, but our personalities are completely different. I'm very kind and thoughtful, but Shion has a cold and scared personality. I think that when you guys were born, Shion got all the feminine aspects. Unlike Mion, she's cute and cheerful girl. Mion made a strange face, was both angry and happy at the same time. It seemed that she was happy that I said Shion was cute. Thinking I look out inside the box to say that she just put some of the leftovers inside has been a lie. Okay, we really just gone full... What's it called? Flashback mode. I'm gonna skip a bit. I remember this. When Mion was Shion, it carried a special meaning. Mi-chan is mysterious, right? She's a girl, but like a guy. But you see, even if Mi-chan is actually feminine, how much did Mion pay you? That's not true. Jeez, I'm trying to have a serious conversation. Okay, I can skip this too. I do remember all these. So thanks for reminding me, game. So then, I don't know what's going on anymore. Yeah, I know Kei-chan didn't mean anything wrong. At least he didn't intend to. Yeah, Keiichi-kun isn't the type of person to hurt others. There's no reason for you to hurt by Mi-chan. Then, what is it? Frustration? Sadness? I don't know at all. Did you want it? The doll, I mean? I wouldn't really help even if I gave you the doll I got, would it? You're right. How about this, Mi-chan? Try asking Keiichi-kun. You might be able to solve the problem if you tackle it head on. There's no way I could do that. It's too embarrassing to do now? I want to try again, as somebody other than Mion. This time, I can be more honest with myself. Don't get me wrong, I'm pretty fond of the relationship I have with Kei-chan. This might be selfish, but one more time. Keiichi-kun will definitely notice. I wonder if it's true, but I will cheer you on too. Let's find a way for you to ease your sadness. Believe me, I won't let anything happen that will make you cry, Mi-chan. I'll believe. I'll believe. Keiichi-kun will definitely come to understand. He'll say he's sorry for saying something so callous. Then he'll bring you to the store and buy the doll for you as a present. Yeah. Yeah. And then Mi-chan, you'll say thank you. You can't fool around. Say honestly. Yeah. Yeah. If I said I wanted it, Kei-chan, would you buy it for me? I still do not trust you. You're a different person. The game's laying it on really thick. And I just don't trust it. I don't believe you. You're gaslighting me. Mian said it quietly, doing her best to quell her embarrassment. I would have reflexively begun to lightly tease her to hide my embarrassment. But like Mion, I quelled that impulse. Okay, Mion. As thanks for everything until today, I'll buy you whatever one you want. Voice cracked with the unfamiliar words. In order to not lose to Mion trying her best, I'll try my best as well. But I'm not Mion, I'm Shion. Shion then. I'll buy it for you, Shion. Shion looked down, red faced. She pointed at the door with the dress through the store window. Is it really okay? The one with the dress is a little expensive, isn't it? This is a matter of price. This is a matter of feelings. But saved by Kei-chan from the unsavory customers today, was not really happy. Even though my coworkers didn't save me, Kei-chan did. You grabbed me by my shoulder really firmly, right? Right then, you were really cool. Even then, I was embarrassed I couldn't properly express my gratitude. I clamped my hands down on Shion's head, ruffled her hair thoroughly, like how I would to Rena and the others. When I did that, Shion like Rena would have spaced out and blushed slightly. You don't have to think too hard about it. I should have just given it to you back then. If I did that, then everybody would have had a good laugh. Shion didn't respond. She had turned bright red. She was trying to hold back both laughter and tears. I'll go buy it for you right now. Wait right here. Right there. I'll go with you. Saying that, she grabbed onto my arm once again. I'm sensing such a fucking crash out. Main character's convinced she's gonna buy it, give it to Shion, and behind Shion will be Mion. Freaking part-time working here, and it's gonna be such a crash out. She wasn't trying to be stoic anymore. I think I know why my sister likes you. Hey, is it alright? I start to like you a bit too, Kei-chan. An unfamiliar situation made my head start to spin. Whoa, what am I doing? I had reached my limit. Smiling wryly to hide my embarrassment, I dragged Shion into the store with me. Excuse me, I want to buy that doll in the dress in the window. For a moment, I heard a voice of acknowledgement. An apron-clad employee soon appeared. Fucking got you, game! Oh, you video game, you can't gaslight me! Kei-chan, and why are you here? This has nothing to do with you. I'm on a date with Kei-chan right now. Huh? Why is Kei-chan? If you ask why, I don't know the answer myself. Mion looked at me with an expression of confusion and surprise. But that was the same with me. She was here, then who was next to me? I said it right in the beginning. I'm Shion Shinozaki, my sister's younger twin. Kei-chan, you even called me Shion, didn't you? Shion saying that part cutely. Ooh, what is going on? Tell me, Shion. Not much. I was wondering what kind of person this Kei-chan is, so you were so infatuated with. So I happened to give him a ticket to Desert's Festa. There, when I was being bothered by all sorts of troublesome customers, Kei-chan gallantly appeared and saved by kicking them all to the curb, or something like that. What? Both Mion and I raised our voices pathetically, expressing our confusion at the utmost. Mion? You phoned me? Yesterday, right? I didn't. I have no idea what you're talking about. I delivered the bento for you, didn't I, Kei-chan? That was me, right? Oh, was it my sister? The person who was me and Suzaki put together a bento and rarely went to a boy's home to deliver it, maybe? Oh, you're a lot bolder than you look, sis. With a loud pop, a trail of smoke began to rise from Mion's head. No, I don't know. See, Kei-chan? My sister says she doesn't know. So everything up till yesterday was me, Shion Sonozaki. You might have thought it was my sister pretending to be me, but with this, there is no doubt, right? I fucking knew there was also some shenanigans pretending for one or to be the other. Wonder if that happened in the previous episode as well. I couldn't tell up from down at the moment. There was a mirror around. I could have seen my eyes go wide from the shock. Now, little shopkeeper, could you wrap that doll up in the window. The present from the person I've come to love. Make sure you're tied up with a nicely with a ribbon. Mion, completely flustered, was being cornered by the sly-faced Shion. Her brain had stopped working. Ooh, okay, Chan. What is going on? Well, let's go. Okay-chan. It's already dark out, so I'll see you at home. Sis, sorry, but could you phone the house in Okamiya and have them send out a car? Maybe a van that we can fit in a bike into, please? In contrast to Shion, who had a glee written on her face, it was empty shell and looked like she could burst into tears at any moment. Okay, Chan. After that, Mion's grumbling were unrelenting. Please. Kei-chan. Stick with Mion. Say Shion, sorry, I can't go with you. Come on. Do it. Grow some balls. Alright, he's getting murdered by Shion this episode. Or Mion? One or the other. Either Shion will be like, I tortured you all episode and now I'm murdering you. Or Shion's like, or Mion will be like, well, you deserve this. You know what? He did. Oh, what trash fire drama this is. And I love it. I'll be honest. I love this kind of drama. Well done. Well done well enough. It hasn't been a while. Stop saying it's been a while. We've seen each other every day up until yesterday, haven't we? Whatever. If you say so, we'll go with that. Someone from Shion's house came to get me in a station wagon. I had initially refused, but Shion insisted, so we both my bicycle and I ended up stuffed in the car. Said car was currently driving across the single bumpy road leading to Hinamizawa. For goodness sake, Shion was at Mion's level at least. Maybe an even better actor. Either way, no matter what question I pressed her with, she'd slip out of them like an eel. Still, you two look so alike. If you tied your hair back with me like Mion does, wouldn't you look exactly like her? Who knows? It's probably what would happen. We're identical twins, though true and true. In the past, we just changed our clothes and no one would be the wiser. I remember we'd swap places at every opportunity and fool a whole lot of people. The middle-aged driver wearing a black suit heaved a heavy sigh, like he were a butler. What's wrong, Kasai? That was a pretty deep sigh. Excuse me, just thinking that you haven't changed. You could see many years of hardship on the man's face through the rear view mirror. Anyway, Kei-chan, your house was around here, right? Kasai doesn't know much about Hinamizawa aside from the road that goes to Sonozaki main house. If you lead to him, he'll take you all the way to Yagochi. I don't want that. Excuse me, could you stop at the narrow road at the next right? I'll walk from there. We stopped the car at the desired place. Driver Kasai got my bike out of the trunk for me. Ah, sorry about that. Thank you for showing me home. Oh, crap! Was it Keiichi-san? You named that is. Does he actually have? Oh, damn, he has a sprite in all of them. I'll be honest. That's a pretty cool sprite here. Also, skull necklace? Skull tie in here? Damn. What? Was it Case-san? Your name, that is. Yes? We must be having various difficulties, but I believe she will grow tired soon. So please endure things until then. He gave me a deep look of sympathy. That guy had definitely been dealing with Sonozaki sisters ever since they were little kids. However, like Mion-san, she's a kind person at heart. That means she'll be as much of a bother as Mion, right? The man's face froze in a smile. His reply lost. He backed me up here. Bye, Kei-chan. We'll see each other soon. Say hi to my sister for me. Maybe I'll start going to Hinomizawa tomorrow. Don't dare. If you transferred in, I'll transfer out to a school in Okonomiya. Wow, that was really mean, Kei-chan. Short beep of the horn. The man gave a little wave to me from the driver's seat. Then the car withdrew in the dark night road, leaving dust in its wake. Man, the entire day made no sense. Running to Mion while I was with Shion and the former expression, like a pigeon shot with a parrot gun, had finally begun to make a strong impression on me. Main character, Kei-chan, please call Rena and be like, so I fucked up so bad. I need you to help me bail out. I need a bailout. Okay, let's save. Only one chapter as of now. Oof. I'll skip my usual break and just go for it. I want to hit 3 chapters today. Let's go! This is a really good one. The next day, it's a strange day where Mion was desperate to regain her composure. Every time our eyes met, she would say that she had something to do or that she had to use the washroom and run off. Able to just watch Rena was taking care of her the entire time. Mion-san, she's acting totally strange today. I know the whole story, but it's hard to explain. There are times when girls are emotionally unstable. It's best to just leave her alone. Huh? Turning around, I saw Rena calling me from the hallway. Wonder what it was. Hey, chicken, over here. What is it calling me over like this? Is it a secret? That is... It looks like it was a disaster. Yeah. Michan seems pretty broken, but someone got it working again. Surprised you managed it. How did you exactly? Same way I do with television. Just come at it from a 45-degree angle and yep. Saying that, she made a chopping motion. You know, I can't tell if you're joking or not. We'll be fine by tomorrow. Also, there's something I want you to do, Keiichi-kun. I didn't mean to do anything wrong, but I still feel guilty. I'm listening. Thanks. You see, Michan is going to pretend the last few days never happened. Never happened, huh? I see, well, that's one way to run from it. So you see, Keiichi-kun, could you pretend too? Then Michan can go back to normal. Just doing something as simple as that, is it really going to be okay? Please, until Michan gets her feeling in order, just go with it. Okay, I got it. Even though I should have been at fault for some reason, I felt guilty. The one at fault here was the one who knew about the entire situation and pretended to be Mion for an entire day. Shion! Ah, but she never once said that she was Mion. Ugh. What am I supposed to be angry at? Seeing me stomping the ground impatiently, Rena giggled. But Keiichi-kun, you know as well, that Michan has some cute things about her. Rena talked in a calm voice as her hair rustled in the wind. Yeah, I know that she'll never let it be boring. Good. Following the curt reply, Rena looked up at the sky and stretched. As long as you realize that, Keiichi-kun, these past few days will soon be nothing more than a story to laugh about. You know what he should do? He should trump the previous gift as an apology. Take the fur seal keychain he has, that's apparently cute and personally made for him as a child. Give it to Mion. Apologize. Explain what it is. I think that would be a meaningful gesture. Hoping Rena also began to stretch as I looked in the sky. It's clear sky towing in the distance. There's no club activities or anything today. I'm sorry, Keiichi-kun, but just for today, can you go home by yourself? I'll be back to normal by tomorrow. So just for today, okay? If all it took for everything to go back to normal was to leave Mion alone for today, then it was an easy decision to make. Got it. I can't say it directly to Mion, so say to you. I still feel kind of guilty about it, so I want to apologize. Ah, no. The root of the problem was Keiichi saying something insensitive, right? So if you learn anything from this, you'll need to look a bit into gaining a sense of delicacy. Right, I'll try. The day was the shortest day of my life. When I was talking to Mion while accompanying her around the entire day. It looked like a really fun conversation, so I reflexively thought about joining in, but I had made a promise not to. I mean, kind of made a promise to pretend it was normal. It seemed that Mion was also trying her best to ignore me. Likewise, I did my best to ignore her. For the first time in a while, I ate lunch alone. Mion and Rena ate theirs by themselves. As I let a sigh, in my ashen mood, Rika-chan came over and patted me on the head. Both Keiichi and me learned a whole lot. I'll never say it like that. It made it sound like we were having romantic problems. I didn't like that one bit. Hopefully the teachers wouldn't notice and call us to the staff room for school after or something. I'm sure Keiichi will grow to be a wonderful adult. Pat. Rika-chan is the studious type, so maybe you'll grow up to be an amazingly wonderful adult. Of course! When I grow up, I'll be super amazing. When I grow up, I'll be an amazing lady, you know? No matter how old you get, you'll still be a brat. You can put money on that. Ooh, what did you say? Sadako snapped her fingers. A wash basin fell from above, hitting me squarely in the head. Ow! What do you think you're doing, Satoko? Bang smash. Pinch squeeze. It's the day we truly appreciate the value of having friends. Oh, we're breezing through today. Probably going to be a long section after school then. Kind of like also. Ding dong, ding dong. There was Saturday, so school ended in a blink of an eye. Really felt good to go home with the sun so high in the sky. You have 6 days of school in Japan? I am so sorry to you guys. On any other day, our club would have been up to mischief during our ample after-school time. Today, Rika-chan had a rehearsal for tomorrow's Watanagashi to go to. How is that going, Rika-chan? Do you have it down in practice? I'll try harder than last year. You were so exhausted and sweaty after last year's ceremony. She'll look far more fit for the role this year. Please look forward to the fruits of her training. Watanagashi festival everyone had been talking about was tomorrow, wasn't it? The festival being in June felt a little early for me, but the onset of summer came quickly this year, so it fit in the image of a summer festival pretty well. Okay, we'll be off then. Look forward to tomorrow. Oh no, it is not June now. Appropriately timed Watanagashi. I think I still said that wrong. Good day to you all. Sadako and Rika-chan waved to us energetically, then left. You know, never asked, what is the where is the festival happening anyway? I don't remember there being anywhere around here that seemed suited for hosting one. Weirdly enough, I just pinched my nose to just check how much I use my nose for talking. Surprisingly a lot. Guess I'm a nasal talker. As weird as that is to say. They do that throughout the shrine. We went there for a walk one day, remember? It was the place with a really good view. Oh right, I remember. It was a shrine all the way up on the hill, wasn't there? It seemed far too grand for Hinamizawa. There's a great meeting hall in the shrine too. The older people get together there and sing karaoke or practice calligraphy from time to time. It's more like a recreational facility than a simple shrine. I see. I guess it makes sense that it looks so grand then. Mi-chan, is your family going to help set up today? Yep, we have male hands for that. Most of our relatives come from town to help. Male hands, huh? Well, I mean, I have nothing to do at home today, so would it be a problem if I squared my way there to help out too? Huh? You want to help us, Kei-chan? Not if it'll bother you. I was just kind of interested. We had bond dances and other festivals in the town I used to live in, but I didn't know where they took place, much less wanted to help. I'd say that I had absolutely no connection to the region. I'm come to Hinamizawa though, it really made me feel like this place was a home that I had returned to. Before I knew it, I had but little interest in the small community of activity preparing for the festival the day before. I'm sorry, I think I said something wrong. How about a little interest, not a how about little interest. Whoops. A single letter changing the sentence. I wonder if you'll be able to, Kei-chan. There's a lot of building tenants and setting up chairs. Here it's pretty hard physical labor. I mean, I wouldn't be doing it alone, right? The more hands we have, the faster it'll go. Mion looked happy to hear that, but at the same time, her expression was complex tinged with hesitation. Rena gave her the last push for me. It's decided then. You should go for it, Kei-chan. He's all yours, Mi-chan. Put him through the ringer. Well, I can't argue with a recommendation from Rena. Okay then, go home first, put on some more clothes, and come to the shrine. Or you might want to bring a towel to wipe your sweat too. Got it. May look scrawny, but I'm actually quite like breaking a sweat under the hot sun. Careful you don't hurt your back, okay? Right, enough of my old man spiel. I'll go to the shrine too, as soon as I've changed. Mi-chan, you do your best, okay? Bye-bye. So as you could tell from her gallant retreating figure, she seemed to have recovered from the weak stage she had yesterday. Girls are quick to get over things. Mi-chan is already fine. Right. Switching back to normal so cleanly really makes it easy for me to talk to her. It was kind of funny though, wasn't it? Kind of like Cinderella. Like you can't meet her anymore once the magic wears off. And I began to giggle a fair bit in amusement. Did she like this sort of thing? Incidentally, me going along with it gave me a weird hard to describe feeling. Did I turn myself into a plaything, or did they do it for me? If you think it's so funny, then you should try pretending to be a different Rena too. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Hey chicken, what kind of Rena would you like to meet? One with a bust size of at least 90. Huge knuckles that you're okay with me touching. I can't do that! She'd be great at cooking and make me lunch and come to me in the mornings. I can do that already. Pull Rena's head into a tight grip and then start petting it. You're Rena Ryugu, right? Rena, not Reina. So you just stay as Rena forever. Got it? Thanks. Have fun helping set up the festival. You got it. Let's meet up tomorrow. Is Rena's name Reina? I know it's not actually Rena. It's something different, but I forgot because it was only brought up once. Feel like that might actually have been important and I just forgot it. I got changed right away and slinging a towel around my neck like Mion suggested, I set off to the shrine. At the shrine, there were more people than you'd imagine. Even live in Hinamizawa there. All cording off areas and setting up tent frameworks, chatting among themselves as they did. Alright, where's Mion? The liveliness of the throng did make it easy to look for her. I searched around as if I already worked there. Suddenly, the principal called me out to me. Oh, it's Mibara-kun. Interesting. Have you come to help with the Watanagashi setup? Hello? Yes, I was just wondering if there was anything I could help with. How commendable your attitude is. Feel free to sweat to your heart's content. Yahahaha. Spurred on by the principal, I came upon a group of people setting up tents. Oh, what's up? It's Mibara. Did you come all the way to help us? I hadn't found Mion yet, but suppose I'd just get in her way if I ran into her. Yeah, I'm here to help. Just tell me where you need me. You young ones have all the vitality. Here, grab some more gloves. Ever build a tent before? No, never. Though I didn't teaching a new skill to someone younger, plenty of people happily taught me all sorts of things. Okay, kid, go inside the tent and tie up just the cords for the top. After that, we'll stand it up and tie the rest of them. Butterfly knots are okay, right? There and there. All done? We're standing it up. 1, 2, 3. What was once nothing more than a collapsed tent was raised on 4 splendid legs before my eyes in mere moments. Whoa! Seeing it put together like this, it's actually pretty moving. Come on, no need to stare and wonder. We've got a lot more to do. Pack the tents into the truck, so go get some from there. They're heavy, so take someone with you. Nah, I'm good. They look scrawny, but I'm actually pretty strong. Wow! They look light enough, so I thought they were, but they're heavy. And that's why I told you need someone help. Come on, said the man, lifting it up with a grunt and taking it away under his arm. Either way, either I'm weak or these guys all have superhuman strength. Let's go. You're the youngest one here, so we're going to make you sweat for it. Do your best. Be after work is the best. I'm a minor. There's about a 50-50 that he meets Mion and it's actually Shion that looks like Mion. Sweat dripped from my body. I have been fully and completely absorbed in helping them. I would never have thought the cold barley tea from the Women's Society could taste this delicious. You're so young. Make sure you drink a lot. Thank you. Was then I realized that a crowd had formed near the shrine a ways off. I took a closer look. I saw a girl dressed in a shrine maiden garb, a handful of old men looking like they were preparing for the ceremony together. Is that Rika-chan? Hey, Rika-chan, do your best. Shouted, and it seemed like she heard me. Rika-chan, possibly exploding with vitality, and answered with a smile. The older guys with me watched Rika-chan as well, with a distant gazes. Rika-chan is Rika-chama is doing a great job. She seems far more used to this than she did last year. The old lady gave the tea, clasped what looked like a prayer beads in her hands and said, Rika-sama, we thank you, we thank you. Just like that, began to respectfully pray to her. Huh. Just remember that they call this Furude Shrine. Wasn't Rika-chan's full name Rika Furude? Furude? The man standing next to me answered my question. That's right. Rika-chama's Furude clan is ancient and honorable, has worshipped Oyashio-sama for generations. Huh. I always gotten the feeling she wasn't quite your average person, but it turned out she was from an esteemed family. After her father, who was the shrine priest, died the year before, she really has been doing her best to learn the rituals. I wish the priest could have been there to see how wonderful she's grown up. What? Rika-chan's father passed away? Okay, break time is over. Let's get the chains. The chairs we're not using back to the gym in Okonomiya. Maki-san, pull the truck around here and take a few people with you. Alright, Mibara-san, let's get to work on our last job. Yeah, you're gonna make me do more work? Can't tell if they know I'm a minor or not. The older men all cheered me on, encouraging me to do my best and that the beer will be great. Okay, so is this the first time we've mentioned the murders this time? Hey Chan, working hard I see. Had passed by Mion. She was carrying a big cardboard box. looked like she was right in the middle of working as well. Judging by the sweat seeping into her shirt, it seemed like I wasn't the only one with his hands full. Yeah, I'm working my ass off. You work hard too. The beer's gonna be great. We were working to the bone until the sun began to set and started cooling off. It's going full-fledged. It was soon full-fledged night. The clear sounds of Higurashi eased the moderate pain I felt. All the guys began their night before drinking party in a tent fair bit off, causing quite a ruckus. The shrine grounds, on the other hand, had turned into a lonely road tickled by the cool evening breeze, despite being so festive just a little while ago. The wind felt good. I leaned on one of the stone guardian dogs at the front of the shrine, and gave my leg a good stretch as I let my mind wander. Suddenly, a paper cup filled with barley tea was thrust before me. Hey-chan, great work. Here's some tea for you. You're so considerate. Thanks, sweet. Her voice sounded exactly the same, but felt something different. What? You're... Hey, it's Shion. Don't go giving Mion all the credit. She isn't considerate at all. Don't get us confused, okay? Shion, you little... Now I've caught you. You're not getting away. Was your mistake, Kei-chan? I never said I was anyone other than Shion. I guess I can argue with that. That's right. You're no match for my older sister, so I can't let you be a match for me either. Anyway, your tea. It's going to get warm. Come on, please cheer up. Trying to make it up to you with this tea. Well, she'd come all the way here to give it to me. I guess I'll accept that. Took the cup and downed it in one gulp. And then suddenly, I heard a loud shout and it got stuck in my throat. Blah, blah, blah. Which one is it this time? The real Mion? Shion? Why are you hanging out with Kei-chan again? Because unlike you, I'm very considerate. Kei-chan was so sweaty, I couldn't leave him alone, so I brought him some tea. By the way, why are you holding 2 cups of tea? Mion's face went bright red, and she tried to hide the pepper cups behind her back. Well, this is... There's no way you, such a rough, timid, good sister of mine, would ever briskly bring a male classmate tea, is there? It's just tea. So what are they? What are those 2 cups of tea? These are? Well, right. I was just so thirsty I figured I'd drink 2. That's so like you. Come on, chug. Shion cheered at her, Mion down both cups of tea, one after the other. Blah! What a fabulous drink that was. I expected nothing less from you. Kei-chan, you give her a hand too. Wait, suddenly the situation's gotten unbelievable. Mion doesn't usually get manipulated so easily like that. I've known for a while now, but Shion is terrifying. Mion, you can hold your own against Shion. I hate her! But lately I hate her even more! Just then I heard a snap of a camera shutter. Oh! I remember his name. Not Takeba. Toyota is not correct. Why did they say the car company? Tobiya? No, I don't think so. Tomitake. Got it! Woo! I finally it worked. I was like, can't remember what sheet did I put in my brain to remember, like, take. Tomitake. Tomitake. There we go. Good evening. The festival is coming up tomorrow. Oh, thanks for all your hard work setting it up today. She's also with S. No, with M. Was it Mia? Good evening. Oh, Shion-chan. It's quite unusual for you to come here. Oh, it's Tomitake-san and Takano-san. Good evening. It's been a while, hasn't it? So you're the transfer student I've been hearing about, Keiichi Mabaru-kun, huh? You really did bring up a bang-up job today. I'm impressed. Felt like I've seen this photographer guy before. Have we met before? I'm glad you remembered. We passed many times on the road to Keiichi-kun. I'm Tomitake. I'm a freelance photographer from Tokyo. Then do you recognize me? I'm sorry, but I don't. She's Mio. Aha! When I said Mio, I thought M-E-O, but M-E-Y-O also makes sense. Mio Takano. Do you remember when you were at the doctor's office? When you still had a cold, Kei-chan? Mio-san is one of the nurses who works there. Call me Takano. I'm pleased to meet you. Tell me when you're coming in for the treatment. I'll prepare a huge needle for you. That's very thoughtful of you. Take-san seemed to be quite entertained at Sozaki twins being in the same place, and he took a picture after picture. Heard about them. It's the first time I've actually seen a pair of identical twins. You really do look exactly alike. Well, not just alike from the outside. See our underwear match too. Ah, you idiot! What the heck are you doing? Things have been as lively as when the two of them are. Things have never been as lively when the two of them are together. I thought they were exactly the same at first, but decided to get a handle on which one is which. Mion is Mion and Shion. Well, she seems a far better actor than Mion was. In the first place, somebody that could spurn Mion so easily wouldn't have shown such a weakness to those lard buckets at Angel Mort. If that was the case, then the cowardly behavior from that day was all a complete act. They were even more like when they were little. I heard even their parents had a hard time telling which was which. That's really easy to imagine. I totally understand what they must have gone through. Takano gave me kind of an odd look, but explaining would have been a pain, so I didn't bother. Tomitake-san, are you straight back to Tokyo after you get pictures of the festival? Yep, though I would rather just stay here forever. Still adult things, that's all. I hope your photos win a fabulous prize today. I've been praying for it. Thanks. Next time I'll come, I'll bring the pictures I took of you all today. Blah. Mabaru-kun, you did a lot of work today. You must be tired from all the physical labor you're not used to. So, well, I am tired, but it was still pretty fun. Ah, youth, I'm so jealous. Takano-san smiled with an adult elegance that non-mystical friends possessed. Wind caught her hair. She gives off an intelligent beauty. She gives off an intelligent beauty? I guess that is correct. Oh, why, hello everyone. Oh no, Oishi's here. Seemed like how Mary-chan was standing out this time. An overweight older man addressed us. And again, it was someone I thought I knew. Recall correctly, he's a policeman, isn't he? Oishi-san. Good evening. Doing a preliminary security inspection for tomorrow? Something like that. Oh, if it isn't Tomitake-san. It's certainly been a while. I'm honored you remember my name. You really do love Mizawa, don't you? The apartments around here are far cheaper than the ones in Tokyo. You should just move here and get it over with. I know a realtor I can introduce you to. I appreciate the thought. Very much like to follow up on that. Alright, everyone, have a good year. And Happy New Year to the Sonozaki twins, too. Happy New Year, Detective Oishi. We appreciate your work. We'd like to end the year's festival with the least amount of inconvenience possible. That's pretty strict on me. Detective Oishi left us with a low laugh and head off, talked to some police officers standing a ways away. I gave Mion a glance and saw her making an annoyed face, as if she thought glaring bullets at someone she hated. Yeah, be nice if the police didn't have anything to do during Watanagashi this year. You like this place too, don't you? Oh, you mean to say you dislike it, Jiro-san? I quite enjoy such a fantastic stories, you know? Especially with the times being so dry and uninteresting. Those of your Shiro-sama, you mean? First, Mitake-san used the troubling word, and suddenly someone tugged on my arm. Hey-chan, pretty hungry. Wanna go to the tent with the drinks and have some candy and sweets? I'm up for that. But I'm a little hungry as well. Okay, let's go. A moment later, Shion said something to Takano and Tomitake that stung my ears and gave me a start. Wonder who will die and who disappeared this year. Pulled back from Mion's script and stopped abruptly. Shion, what did she just say? Aww. Felt like the air around us dried out all of a sudden. Let's go, Kei-chan. They're talking about something silly anyway. You still haven't told Kei-chan. I make it a point to not spread stories like that. Shion's cold and quiet attitude and Mion's harsh voice were quite a contrast. Hey, hold on, what's going on? What are you talking about? If you know something, then tell me. Doesn't feel right to be the only one left out, you know? Don't understand this, someone explained to me. However, Mion didn't seem to be all that willing to grant my request. She squeezed my hand in hers a bit. Then, when she realized I wouldn't hold my ground on this topic, she let go. I'm going to go drink to the drink tank first then. If you don't come soon, Kei-chan, there won't be any left for you. Alright, I get it already. I'll be there soon. Mion left, trotting towards a particularly noisy tent on the other side of the shrine grounds. Before she got there, she stopped and turned back around. I showed no signs of going after her, though, so she ran off. To tell you haven't heard, I suppose. But it might be smarter not to ask and go with her eat dessert. Hey now, you already got my full attention here. I'm not going to leave without asking at this point. I think Kei-chan has a right to hear this too. My sister was just stealing that from you. Shion's voice was bristling with thorns, as if somehow blaming Mion. What on earth are you talking about? I don't really like people acting so self-important. Takano-san, realizing how prepared I was, looked across the group. After confirming that there was no objections, she opened her mouth. Do you believe in curses, my Barakun? Curses? I think they're interesting, but I don't really. Held her cynical stares and winced. Was like they were telling me it was stranger not to believe in curses. You're not wrong, Kei-chan. Curses are just superstition. It's only natural that you wouldn't believe in them. Besides, you can take all time you need to decide whether you believe in curses after you heard us through. Said Takano-san after giving us a little smile. They're trying to scare me. At least that's what it feels like. Alright, I'll start. H-kun, do you know about Hinamizawa Dam Project? Oh yeah, that's the one the other day at Angel Mode, or Shion or Mion rather, told me all about it. You mean the plan for the giant dam that would flood all of Hinamizawa, right? Right? That's right. Residents of the town band together to fight it, and a fierce battle with the government unfolded. I've heard that too. The entire village united using all the power of their disposal. Mass media, political influence, and other things, and fought the country. That, the way Mion described it made it sound like a boast. Oh, you know quite a bit about it. Yes, you're right. It's practically an epic tale, just how just 1,000 or so villagers banded together and rejected the government's plans. You hear this from my sister? She likes this kind of epics, you know? Yeah, she told me. There was, however, an office for Hinamizawa residents opposition faction. It was this shrine. You know, the assembly hall? That's where it used to be. Now that the whole thing is over, the senior citizens just use it for group activities. At the time, though, it was their last bastion. Takano-san explained this, pointing a finger towards the assembly hall. Been carrying things in and out of there all day. I mean, I would understand if they put an office like that in a mayor's house or something. But having an office on the shrine grounds made it feel like a base camp for Sengoku proud period warriors. But that was basically the mindset, though. Placing the main force in the shrine dedicated to Shiro-sama, Hinamizawa guardian deity, was like a prayer for victory. Or Shiro-sama. That was definitely it. They mentioned Shiro-sama's curse before. Is it the same Shiro-sama? Do you know about Shiro-sama, Keiji-kun? It's the name of the god worshipped at the shrine. It's said that he protects all of Hinamizawa. Well, I don't really know much about him. I see. I think Takano-san knows more about the rest. Tag it. Well, there's generally the whole story. Shiro-sama is an ancient god passed down in Mizawa. We'll just say he has been protecting the sanctuary from the poisons of the outside world. Essentially, he's a basic, standard guardian deity. I guess you can find that sort of god anywhere you go. There's research into whether worshipping Shiro-sama is a manifestation of a kind of elitism too. What I mean is to say that worshippers might think of themselves as chosen people. Feeling yourself chosen, a nationalistic belief that you're part of a superior race, that you're a special clan chosen by the gods. They believe that they're superior clans, so they believe strongly in cooperation with others, but they also end up being exclusionary towards other clans. I won't go into much detail, but it's the sort of national religious ideas that lead to war. Of course, that goes for Japan too. A long time ago, the people of Hinamizawa strongly believed themselves different from humans, that they were above them. They believed that interaction with the lower world would sully their souls. So everyone believed that if one of the lower world came to the village, they would be sullied and suffer the wrath of Shiro-sama. Apparently, that kept everyone away. Villagers that hate outsiders come up all the time in mystery novels. That was once a classic example of a xenophobic village. Well, they'll deny to preserve their pride. It was all a long time ago after all. Things are different now. Shion followed up quickly, having sensed the thorns in Tomitake-san's words. Tomitake-san, embarrassed at what he said, scratched his head. This shrine worships Shiro-sama. So this shrine worships Shiro-sama, thinks of Hinamizawa's holy ground and its holy symbol of the traditional hatred of the outside world. I get it. That's why they chose the shrine of Hinamizawa's guardian spirit as the base of operations. Was this the solid dam construction project that came from the outside? Correct, smiled Takano-san. Pleased, she must dislike stupid people. Superstition, every last bit of it. The villagers gave everything desperate to oppose the dam construction. And right in the midst of it, the incident drove home the finishing blow. Shiro-sama's curse. The person managing the construction site of the Hinamizawa Dam was murdered. 4 years ago, I believe. I took the newspaper by storm. Do you remember it? Not really. He had to fight with a subordinate, was beaten to death with a pickaxe. His limbs and head were torn off, the remains disposed of. One of those dismemberment homicides. They were all the rage at one point. Such a gruesome incident. But it was just that, an incident. A person causing the incident, after all, should really put it down to the curse. Then the following year, the man who had organized Hinamizawa's group of dam proponents, he fell from a cliff while on vacation and died. Apparently it was an accident. Of course, most of Hinamizawa was hostile toward him. Police were all over the case as if it were a homicide. In the end, it was judged to have been an accident. Now, it's an accident. This is the most curse-like one, but it's still far-fetched. And then, the next year, This time, the priest of the shrine contracted an unknown illness and suddenly died. This may sound a little rude, but the old priest was kind of wait-and-see type. The whole village was in uproar about the dam. We just kind of didn't seem to want to bother. The shrine was a symbol of opposition movement. The priest, well, his attitude worked against him. The villagers at the time had hoped for a leader, but their hopes were betrayed. Some people were apparently pretty angry too. So at the time, the older people were like, "This is Oshio-sama's curse." That's what they said. It seemed like every year the dam-related people of the village had resentment towards were dying. It was pretty creepy. Oh, and also, it's interesting that all those incidents and accidents always happen on the night of the Watanagashi festival. What? See, starting to sound like a curse now, isn't it? So the year after that, you know what? Last year, the sister-in-law of the man who was leader of the dam proponents, the one who accidentally died, was discovered dead, having been beaten to death. Of course, they caught the criminal. See? Really seems like a curse, huh? 4 years in a row. Each one of those incidents and accidents were relatively commonplace. But every single one of them happened on the night of the festival worshipping Oshio-sama. That's not normal. Old folks have been blindly accepting Oshio-sama's curse because of the incident these past few years. Even younger people too. At first they thought it was stupid, but now nobody makes fun of it. Yeah, I can see where she's coming from. Even me, even if I didn't think it was a curse at all, but about all the incidents, like, it makes me feel a little like maybe it's real. For example, just look at the preparations for the festival you were doing today. Everything might have gone crazy during the battle against the dam, but just a few years ago, the Watanagashi festival was never this well attended. Well, I guess you're right. If we didn't have Oshio-sama to talk about, we wouldn't be coming to a festival like this, huh? There's a lot of people who say that infidels might be punished, so they really need to go to the Oshio-sama's festival. She'll nodded, as if she were mocking herself. So how about it? Eiji-kun, you're starting to get that feeling maybe, just maybe, the curse is real, aren't you? I mean, you can't just laugh off people related to the dam construction project all dying like that. If even I feel like this now, then more superstition members of the village must feel stronger than that. Well, I mean, still don't think there's a curse. Understand those that believe in. There is, though. Okay, Chan. Really keep a cool head about this. Shion grinned, realizing I'd rejected the curse. If it's neither a curse nor coincidence, then what should we make of these incidents? Takano said, smiling playfully as if posing a riddle. Neither a curse nor coincidence. Every year someone dies. What should we make of that then? Mitake-san, catching on to the fact that I had no idea what to make of it, opened his mouth and came to my aid. Takano-san is suggesting that it might be work of real people. Eh? Simple process of elimination would have gotten me there. I was a little taken aback at not having realized the answer immediately. Well, what do you think about it? There's neither a curse nor coincidence, then people must be willingly carrying it out. The only explanation, right? Takano-san pressed on, smiled bitterly in spite of myself. He was just a few minutes thinking the very concept of curses were absolutely absurd. When she suggested it might be someone's doing, I ended up thinking there wasn't any way it could be a person. Takano-san was right. It was either a curse or a person's doing. If unrealistic things like curses didn't exist, then the obvious next thing would be to start thinking it was people behind it. But that was the case. A glance at Shion. If the culprit is a person, then they'd have to be someone from Hinamizawa. And that's what the police officers Oishi thinks right now too. Hey, wait. It can't be. But I knew the reason Mion didn't want to talk about this. If Oshio-sama's curse really existed, then that's fine. It would be divine judgment for the dam project business. However, if Oshio-sama's curse didn't exist, which it obviously didn't, then the culprit must likely be someone from Hinamizawa. The villagers had worked desperately to oppose the dam construction project, and knew they had used all sorts of methods to fight against it. Some of those methods was, maybe, people whispered that Oshio-sama's curse could be the doing of a secret group of dam resistance movement. Shion dryly put words to my exact thoughts. Of course, I didn't expect it. She was from Himaizawa. I didn't think she'd come out and say it herself. If you calm down and think about it, anyone will come to the same conclusion. There wouldn't be a motive for anyone but people who benefit from opposing the dam project, right? I guess that's true. Admitting to the existence of the darker side of the dam conflict would be rude to Mion, who spoke of it so highly. They couldn't just accept Shion's seemingly logical viewpoint. One more thing, the police probably don't know this. There is proof that someone from Hinamizawa committed these crimes, and the people of Hinamizawa know it. Eh? What? Shion rebukes me to keep my voice down. So sorry, but this proof, what is it? The fact that one person dies and one more person disappears. One person dies and one disappears. Does that mean that someone besides the one who died for a curse was sacrificed? What do you mean by disappear? They just vanish and you never see them again? That's right. Suddenly and without a trace. As she spoke, Shion pretended to do a trick with her hands like she were making a magician's hat disappear. One dies a mysterious death, and one disappears never to be seen again. A strange, vanishing act. But then, why? How does that equate to someone from Hinamizawa being the culprit? Well, actually, Hinamizawa has this one really old legend. It's about how people who sacrifice to Oshio-sama calm his wrath. Sacrifices? Yes, they say they used to wrap a living person in a bamboo mat and let them slowly sink into the bottomless swamp. Takano-san, though explaining some pretty terrible, has a look of glee on her face as she did so. As far as I can glean from the literature, it actually took 3 days and 3 nights for them to sink. See, in people a long time ago liked symbolism. As the body sunk, Oshio-sama's anger would be quelled. Both were submerged in deep hehehe. Takano-san was the only one laughing at this. Was she telling a joke or something? Shion didn't move to deny it, but it felt different in temperature between her cool expression and Takano's. This whole conversation, well, I think you can imagine after hearing it, but it's a secret history of Hinamizawa. Everyone who has been in Hinamizawa for a long time knows it, but they don't talk about it. Takano-san's not from here, but she knows quite a lot. She really likes local history, folk legends and stuff like that. She learned about it all by herself too. I'm really not that amazing. Just curious, that's all. Like a child. I just want to see scary things for the fun of it. Tomitake-san laughed, a little bit embarrassed. Wait a minute. What does that mean? The other person who disappears during the incident? You're saying they're offered as a sacrifice? Yeah. Shion answered in one word before anyone else can speak. Someone dies, then someone disappears. Well, whether they actually get sacrificed is not is a different issue. But every time something happened in the past, a person died and one person disappeared. For example, the first one, the dam site manager was killed. Apparently the 100 people responsible for that still hasn't been arrested. Couldn't be that they just managed to get away? Don't see why you should treat it like a sacrifice. Well, that's basically what I think too. There was also the year after that with the leader of the dub proponents. You said he fell from a cliff and died while on vacation, right? Apparently his wife fell as well. The police investigated fervently, but they were never able to find the wife's corpse. The river under the cliff was actually pretty high at the time. Though. She could have just been buried under the sand at the bottom of some lake downstream or something. The perpetrator of the dismemberment like that wouldn't want to be caught, so they'd be desperate to run away and hide too. I thought I'd heard about cases where corpses wouldn't surface after the person drowned in a swell river like that. She vanished because of an unfortunate accident, but I still didn't see the connections to sacrifices. If you took each of the past incidents in turn, one of the disappearances evoked that terrifying open image. The year after that, with the priest suddenly falling ill and dying, is much clearer. His wife left a suicide note. He found it in the house the night before the priest died. It said something along the lines of her quelling Oshie-sama's wrath through her death. The curse seems to be turned up in this one too. Well, we may never know the truth of the matter. The swamp the wife drowned herself in was the giant bottomless what Takano-san mentioned before. The police investigated it all, but couldn't find The police investigated it, but all they could find were several of her possessions. They never found the corpse. The police suspect it was fake suicide, and they're still investigating it now. Someone dies every year, in the same way someone goes missing every year. Is she trying to tell me that someone who vanished and kidnapped by some extreme efficient means and dumped in the bottomless swamp is still alive and drowned to death? With a curse? That's unbelievable in its own right. And the next year, what was it? The dam protest's sister-in-law? She was killed. At the time, someone else vanished? Someone did disappear. There's a boy around the age, Satoshi Hojo. He's the nephew by marriage of the woman killed. Shion cut in with a slightly strong voice. She knew a boy who had disappeared pretty well. At least that's the vibe I was getting. Well then, that sums it up. One person always dies and one person always suddenly disappears. Leaving the suddenness aside, the fact that each incident involves one person disappearing. So that means the first person who dies is because of Urshiya-sama's curse. The second person who vanishes is because the villagers sacrificed them. Is that it? Kei-chan, there is no curse. Somebody kills the first person under the guise of the curse, and somebody takes away the second person to be a sacrifice. But sure, that means the criminals are in this village. That's what I've been guessing from the start. It's pretty shocking though, you know? When in the Showa period, it's kinda hard to believe people are committing murder like it's nothing, using some ancient justifications, huh? Didn't have anything to do with our discussion. I got the feeling that maybe Shion didn't like Hinamizawa very much. Mion enjoyed talking about Hinamizawa and its epic tales, so she had been avoided talking about Urshiya-sama's curse, which didn't paint Hinamizawa in a good light, no matter how you looked at it. She was trying not to get me a bad impression of the village, so she didn't say anything. Shion, on the other hand, was somehow different. She was rejecting the concept of a curse to purge Hinamizawa of this bad impression, rather because she strongly believed the members of the village that a member of the village was the criminal behind this. Her conviction seemed a bit removed from the tight sense of community held by the people of Hinamizawa. Once upon a time, they looked so alike you could mistake one or the other, but talking to her now, I was getting the powerful feeling that Shion had a completely different personality than Mion. Then everyone else, they all think someone from Hinamizawa did it, right? Neither Shion nor Takano answered that. The deafening sounds told me that all didn't need to be said. Then let me ask another question. If someone from Hinamizawa is the culprit, but who is it? Neither Shion nor Takano had a reply to the question either, though it might have been rude to ask. I had hoped they wouldn't have one. The reason I asked was to argue that their explanation to the culprit from Hinamizawa was nothing more than one possibility. Shion caught onto my plan. She gave a pained smile at my petty spite and opened her mouth to speak. All I said really just amounts to circumstantial evidence. If any of us knew who it really was, we'd have gotten them into police hands already. As would anybody. Then what about Takano-san? She too smiled dryly as Shion had opened her mouth. Well, I'd like to clear one thing up. I'm not a detective or anything at all, right? In all honesty, I'm not really interested in who the culprit is. Takano-san, you sure are a handful. Takano-san gives a bitter smile to a surprising opinion on the matter. You see, I just like cruel and atrocious ancient traditions and fairy tales. I only enjoy them from a curious onlooker's perspective. So even this string of incidents, it's not so much finding out who the culprit is, but enjoying thinking about how the old traditions displayed by the ancient incidents themselves still seem to have some pretty deep roots around here. Though she describes herself as nothing more than a curious onlooker, her smile was as sharp as the tip of a blade. Women like her felt very strange and a little scary to me. Maybe it's just that I was in a fearful awe of the person whose emotions I couldn't comprehend. Well, I don't think any of this is interesting at all. The Watanagashi festival is coming up tomorrow, but I don't want anyone to die or disappear. Tomorrow, huh? That's right. I had completely slipped my mind. The string of murder incidents people attribute to Oyashio-sama's curse wasn't over. If last year's incident wasn't the end, then tomorrow's night at the festival, would somebody die and someone disappear? I do wonder who will die tomorrow and who will disappear though. Takuma-san said, running a comb through her hair with elegant movements, with a thin smile and a voice nearly made me shudder. She almost looked like she was enjoying the thought of the incidents that could happen tomorrow. Then out of the blue, we heard a loud round of applause. It seemed to be ending the drinking party early. Right, I was making Mion wait this whole time, wasn't I? I should go back to her soon. You're teasing the kid too much, Takano. Now Keiichi-kun thinks it's all true. Hehe, I apologize. It's a bad habit of mine. Ooh, a new background. Said Takano-san, sticking her tongue bashfully. The strangest in her expression was nowhere to be found. When Takano-san seemed like an innocent child like you, she can't help waiting to poke fun at them. It's a real bad habit. Keiichi-kun, you listen to everything so earnestly that she ended up getting carried away. Unlike Takano-san, Tomitake-san seemed like a totally normal person with a common sense. They were apologizing after realizing what kind of impression they'd given me. The stuff Takano-san just said is all fiction. If it made you harbor any bad impressions about Hinorizawa, then we apologize for that. Jeez, Jiro-san. You apologize too, Takano-san. Tell him you're sorry for scaring him. Takano-san and Tomitake-san were arguing and messing around now. The strained air around us has already dissipated. Kei-chan, you should get going soon too. Mion is the jealous type. If she sees me, she'll probably start a fight. You'll just start going home. Really? And I'll go see what Mion's doing and apologize for making her wait, I guess. Sorry for being such a nuisance, Keiichi. But could you tell Mion-san we're sorry for bothering you for so long? Ah yes, I don't think telling her will make her feel better, but sure. Take-san and Takano-san, standing next to each other, both began to chuckle. Okay then, Kei-chan. Let's try and run into each other at the festival tomorrow. We'll see each other. I mean, it's us we're talking about, after all. We'll be making so much trouble, it'll be hard for you to not find us. Weird that she wasn't there last episode. Ha 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 ha. Shion and I said our goodbyes to Mitake-san and Takano-san. Before we could leave, Takano-san called out to us. Thanks for listening so earnestly to what I had to say. You're just so good at listening. I had a great time talking to you. Good at listening? No, not at all. I was just in a state of perpetual bewilderment. All the shocking topics being thrown at me one after another. Did you like my story today? Well, it was pretty interesting. Then I'll tell you one more sometimes, okay? There's a lot of pretty interesting legends and fairy tales about Hinamizawa. Of course, a lot of strange and creepy ones too. I'll choose a bunch of my favorite ones and tell you about them. I was kind of happy but kind of worried. I can't help but smile dryly and scratch my head. Keiichi-kun, you go now. Takano-san is just messing with you. They say goodbye again and run off. I heard Tomitake-san calling us out behind him in a clear voice that we would see each other at the festival tomorrow. When I went to the tent Mion-san was waiting for me in, she was nowhere to be found. Made her wait so long, Mion got mad and went home. After asking some adults passing by, I heard that she went home, talking to some relatives. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. But my regret for having made Mion wait was enough to triumph over the impressions Takano-san and Shion's uncanny story left on me. serial murder incident that happened 4 years in a row. Would tomorrow's events make the fifth? And the possibility that someone from Hinamizawa was carrying this all out under the guise of a curse. The queer tradition of a ritual sacrifice, entirely unbecoming of the Showa period we lived in. Hey, don't blame this on the queer folk. I regretted it a little, though it was too late. If none of those creepy stories had anything to do with me, then I should have let Mion pull me away from the crowd, but a little ashamed for letting my cheap curiosity get the better of me. Higurashi when they cry. Yeah, that is going to be a bit longer. Hopefully, I'll be able to do one more chapter. Hopefully, it will not be this long. Oh no. But it's the day of the Shrine Festival. It's going to be long. Hopefully, it'll only be an hour. Unit tips. From Scrapbook 1. Oshio-sama's curse. In ancient Otnigafuchi village, the anger of Oshio-sama, his curse, was feared above all. However, in the seldom stated anywhere that eventually happens, what sort of divine judgment curse befalls them when Oshio-sama is angry. For various reports, all hell will break loose. Demons will come flooding out. The miasma from hell will flood outward and kill every villager, letting not a single one escape. The once evoking images of the village being annihilated stand out the most. Those terrifying ideas of divine punishment are in alignment with many other religious beliefs indicated regarding the apocalypse hell. It's easy to imagine that they are just ways of convincing people to obey the teachings in order to prevent such an end. The conditions for inciting Oshio-sama's wrath are likely the same as the taboos in Onigafuchi village. I believe that when an act was performed that violates one of these taboos, Oshio-sama was termed angry. In order to quell his anger, they would perform the aforementioned sacrificial ritual. Higurashi when they cry. Okay, those are probably the scrapbooks from Mio. Scrapbook 2. The human sacrifice ritual. Sacrificial ritual was simply drowning involving plunging sacrifices into Onigafuchi swamp, which was considered hallowed. Of the rituals of Onigafuchi village, this one was unique in that the sacrifice would sink slowly over the long course of 3 days and 3 nights. Believed that wasn't so much the killing of the sacrifice that was important, but rather the symbolism of them sinking as the submerging of Oshio-sama's anger. For that purpose, they must have had a passion for learning various methods for keeping the sacrifice from sinking too quickly, force them to sink more slowly. Unfortunately, as far as I can tell from the records, those methods were not recorded. My thoughts are that they may have used logs or something similar material to create a raft, then set up a scaffolding on there, hung the sacrifice up with ropes, and let them sink little by little or into the swamp. However, if it were the case, it would not be strange if ritual implements used for such a ceremony were honored as holy and enshrined somewhere. Holy rope, interesting. Higurashi when they cry. I need to keep up my bit. But book 3. Implements used for the ritual. Ritual tools utilized by ancient religious ceremonies are commonly referred to as implements or ritual implements, and even now some of them are enshrined on the property of Radha-shrine and the three families. However, the identifiable tools are all decorative, and none appear to have been used in rituals governing the dark side of Onigafuchi village. As the Edo era came to a close and many traditional rituals were lost, were they lost as well, or perhaps buried in the darkness? I don't believe so. Both the implements used the night of the festival of Onikakushi and those used during the sacrificial ritual must still exist, and shied away from the eyes of the masses. Without a doubt, they exist here, today at this very moment in Hinamizawa. All I'm really certain uh, Also, I'm nearly certain where they've been enshrined. What was once locked steadfastly has for some reason changed his ear to a cheap-looking padlock. He may be able to do something about such a lock. However, it is not far from the assembly hall, nor is it far from the presence of people. However, I will not give up. The night when it becomes a blind spot to every village in Himizawa is coming soon. Soon it will be Watanagashi. What stupid thing are you doing, Takada? So she and Tomitaka might have been doing something stupid on the night of Watanagashi. Festival around the corner. That's the police, right? Rubble. Hey, are you worn out already? Tomorrow's the real thing. We're gonna be partying until morning, until the very end of it all. Got it? Got it. I'll give it everything I've got. Alright then. Youth is the greatest. Good work, everyone. Tomorrow is Watanagashi at last. Let's get some shut-eye and save some energy for tomorrow's night. Tomorrow was finally Watanagashi. Festival are splitting into two groups, those who enjoy them and those who support them. The former only needed to prepare their minds, but the latter needs not only that, but also painstakingly crafted and preliminary arrangements. While the general majority of attending goes about enjoying the festival without a care in the world, will be strained the whole way through. Why? We sure as hell know why, because the beer, after everything's over, is the best damn beer you'll ever have. Wahaha! Times like these, it's best to be energetic, physically fit people. It wouldn't be worth it if you didn't do your best until the end, enjoying it the whole way. Oh, he's here! Oishi-san came in. Everyone hurried to stand up. Hello everyone, excellent work out there. You can be at ease. Thank you, sir. Not even my seniors, who usually talk big about themselves, can hold a candle to Ishii-san. We all bow as if we were one of those cheering squads of old. Rado Oishi, a detective just waiting to retire, one who doesn't pay much mind to rules and regulations, doesn't do much in the way of real work. He looks like a rotten old man with a penchant for dirty jokes. My seniors, though, tell me he was a real fighter in his young days, that he may or may not have quite a heroic legend trailing behind him. Anyway, he surely has much more dignity and presence in this room than the section chief who came in with him. Everyone, I really thank you for your hard work and preparations for the festival tomorrow. Everyone present stand up upright and lends their ear to the chief's directions. On a heavy alert for all those thrill-seeking criminals expecting another incident like last year. I need all of you to focus your energy as much as possible in your mission to prevent any crimes from happening. Yes, sir! Of course, it would be best if nothing happened. However, everyone, please assume that an incident will in fact occur. Prevention is number one, but it probably won't be enough. This year too, some will die and some will disappear. There's really no doubt about it. Everyone apart from the second chief smiled painfully. Oishi-san, that won't do. We need to be more serious about this. The important part isn't to get past the night of the festival, it's to be able to quickly, swiftly, and aggressively pursue whatever does happen tomorrow night. Won't tolerate anything less than your best. Clench those cheeks. We're gonna rip all the skin off the ghost of Urshiya-sama's curse. Yeah! Higurashi when they cry. I almost forgot to say it. Whoops. Alright. Give me a moment. Alright. I swear I'm not perpetually sick. But all this I really mean to say things differently. I really didn't want to feel this way. Miscommunication drove the wedge. Those stuck in apprehension driven to fear. Nobody can stop it now. A cold-hearted emotion claws deeply and cruelly at my bared heart. Watanagashi. At that time, why did I whispered in remorse, but now those words simply rang hollow. Wah! It's already evening. Anyway, I was gonna say, for some reason my nose always gets stuffy when I'm reading these. Doesn't happen in the Terran Victor streams, and I do talk quite a bit there. Not nearly as much as here. It's Keiichi-kun, good morning, good morning. Oh, it's morning. When I was ecstatically waving her arms at me, already brimming with energy. What do you mean, good morning? It's already evening. Exactly. Just say hello or something. But, this is the first time I've seen you today, so I think good morning is right in the end. It's right. I got it. Okay then, good morning, Rena. Grabbed Rena's head and rubbed it with my hand. She squirmed, reveling in the motion like a cat. Hey, Kei-chan. Sorry about yesterday. I left without telling you. Ah, no, it's my fault. Sorry for making you wait so long. Are you talking about setting up the festivals yesterday? How was it, Keiichi-kun? Did you do your job properly? The slight muscle pain throughout my body and my sluggish movements were already obvious. I did great. Pretty worn out now, though. I grinned dryly and the three of us break out laughing. Where are Sadako-chan and Rika-chan? Are we meeting with them at the festival? Yep. Rika-chan's actually been there since yesterday because she has such an important job. I think Sadako-chan stayed with her, so they're already at the shrine. Right, I just remembered. Today was Rika-chan's big performance. She'd been practicing especially hard for today. As a friend, I need to make sure to cheer her on. Alright, let's go right away. Yeah! Ooh, nice transition effect. As we get closer to the shrine, we've been passing by more and more people seeing a lot of parked cars. Began to get noisier too, but I could hear something about a bond dance song. Without being able to restrain my impatience, I dashed up the entire flight of stairs alone. Keiichi-kun, you're going too fast. Wait for me. Man, Kei-chan, you're such a little kid. Whoa! The shrine grounds there were packed with people. This festival, if I ever saw one. Whoa! They went all out this year. Amazing, amazing. Ah, they're gonna do the big game from the finale from the first episode here, aren't they? They're coming from Hinamizawa. Huh? The bedridden old man from Kimoyoshi branch family is here too? I think the old guy went home from Watanagashi last year and stayed in bed ever since. Yeah, there's a lot of villagers here that I really don't know. They must have been all pouring in just for today. Oh! Sadako-chan! Hey! Oh, if it isn't everyone! Hello to you all. Yo, Sadako. There's a lot of people today. Don't get lost in the crowd, okay? Who do you think you're talking to? Sadako too seemed somewhat energetic. Of course, I'm the same way. Where's Rika-chan? She still has free time, doesn't she? Because giving her respects to the mayor and the other important people. Mayor. She shall come before long. I see Rika-chan is the shrine maiden for today's festival, after all. It's probably a pain for her to have to say hello to all the elders. It really is a pain. Hello everyone. Oh, Rika-chan, I want to take you home. Rika-chan wore an immaculate shrine maiden outfit, looked fresh off the shelves. Was a perfect fit for those someone mystical appearance. Blah. How does it fit? It's not too long, is it? My grandmother gave me some safety pins just in case the sleeves were too long. It's alright. It's really comfortable. As she spoke, she began to do some twists and stretches. It's great, it's so cute, huh? There's approximately one person here getting a nosebleed from watching Rika-chan move. Keiichi-kun, don't you think she's cute, don't you? If you don't, then she'll be all mine and I'll take her home with me. I think she's really cute. Totally cool. And after that, I want to pretend to be her big brother or dad and take pictures with her. We take a picture from two different places, make it stereoscopic. We can eat or rather stare at a real-life Rika-chan at our houses whenever we want. Oh, that sounds great. That sounds fantastic. Renaissance eyes and my glitter with the stars as our noses bleed and we drooled. Rika, you do the best to stay away from them. Yes, I might get locked up away in a basement somewhere. Hahaha. You look like you're enjoying it though, Rika. Me, you're being harsh. We all laugh together again. Okay, let's not hang around here. Let's go to the festival. There's not much time left until Rika-chan's big debut. You're right. Great, let's go around. Yeah! Yo! If it isn't the dad of Sonozaki, eat up. The yakisoba is packed full of pork. This year we filled it with as much as we could. We even put in fried calamari. Gotcha, old-timer. The yakisoba this year looks quite an achievement. You have squid too. Put a lot of time into this, didn't you? Whoa, it's tasty, Yeah, the squid is delicious. The roba is just fantastic. It wonderfully compensates for how soft it tends to be. There's a delightful amount of squid and pork in it too. Yep, not bad at all. Haha. Hey Chan, you sound like you could walk into a cooking program and become a host. Yeah, when I see Keiichi-kun acting like this, it somehow tastes even better. I don't discriminate amongst delicious food, so anything that I say is tasty has to be worth trying out, right? Then Keiichi, please give us your opinion on the yakisoba again. I'll do it in 2 words. Absolutely scrumptious. If I had a second stomach, I'd buy another one right now. You've heard my 3-star rating. Whole line of people suddenly formed in front of the yakisoba stand. Wow, that's amazing. Keiichi-san said it was so good that a little crowd started to form. Not bad. There's nothing to brag about, but I still decide to stick out my chest and stand on airs. Oh, is that so? I should try it out? Mister, could I perchance borrow you for takoyaki? Tanako brought out a stick of takoyaki, balls of fried octopus from adjacent stand. But blowing it out, put one into her mouth. How is it, Tanako-chan? If you give it a good rating, then Rena will buy it too. Chomp chomp. Choo choo. Gulp. Now it's time for Nuizawa's very own food critic, Jatsutoka Hujo, to give her impressions. But she was all for it a moment ago, so I hesitate to give her thoughts. Hey now, what's the matter? Everyone else takes one of their own and puts it in their mouth. Huh? I got gipped? Mine's bad too. There's no octopus in it. This takoyaki vendor. Could it be some sort of festival? Only octopus-free takoyaki stand? An evil takoyaki stand that skipped on the octopus because they figured it would make them good money today. Ah, mine has some. Yeah, it's pretty good considering there's octopus in it. How am I supposed to explain this octopus-free takoyaki is any good? Everyone wondered about that. Our quizzical looks seem to be drawing equally dubious stares from the people in line. How about this? Takoyaki without any octopus is really healthy. And even people who don't like octopus can eat this delicious takoyaki. Seeing that, several surprised guests left the line. With the exact opposite effect. Alright then, I'll give it a try next. A self-inspired take on takoyaki in which you can clearly taste the simple flavors of flour, green onions, and pickled ginger. An effective taste is bolstered by the absence of octopus. Doesn't half bad, but even if there's no octopus in it, causes even more people left to leave the line. Rika-chan, any good comments? You can be honest. 400 yen is too much for this. Yeah! That was too honest. Even more customers leave the line, didn't get a lethal blow. The other takoyaki stands around after all. Well, I mean, you might not want to be doing this. Hey, Satoko, you started all this, so give us a great big turnaround. I cannot do it? How do you expect me to lavishly praise upon a takoyaki without any octopus in it? Guy, you idiot. Such angry outburst was the finishing blow. Ah, the customers all gone, huh? Guys staring at us. Why is that? Why is that, huh? There's no saving this crowd. Perhaps I, Keiichi Mibara, will lend a generous hand. Keiichi-kun, you could do it. I want you to save the takoyaki vendor from didn't put any octopus in. That's why I say something so bitter. Alright, fine. This may be the only chance you all get to see a pro at work, so watch carefully. Shove the stick of octopus takoyaki calmly into my mouth. As before, there wasn't any octopus in it, but Neon had some in it. That was the important point. The man runs the takoyaki stand here loves takoyaki in every meaning of the word. No, it could be even said he adores it. Young Grass was surprised. Doing the takoyaki vendor glaring at us. The man truly does love takoyaki. Because he loves it, he doesn't want to create half-hearted random ones. Isn't that right? Takoyaki vendor looked down unsure. Those watching were listening intently, wanting to know why Octopus says takoyaki deserves such a high rating. Keiichi-san, is he really truly loves takoyaki that much? Why did he make takoyaki without octopus at all? Is he not betraying the very takoyaki? You may be right. One said it is betrayal. However, the best possible compromise this man could find. This man is making real takoyaki today, as he always does. However, only one of two of them of each stick are the real ones. Well, you're right. The one I ate had octopus in it, and considering it did actually have it, it didn't taste bad at all, you know? Right. That was bona fide takoyaki. As for the other ones, it was the biggest compromise he could make against the bias of the general populace, who all think that there needs to be 8 pieces on a stick, or else it's not real takoyaki. Ah, Keiichi-kun, he doesn't understand what you mean. Why is one of them the real thing, and the other one's fakes? Why? Secret lies in the octopus. Mr. the Octopus, it's true Akashi octopus, isn't it? In recent years, the number of octopus caught in Akashi has decreased. The prices have risen drastically. The prices are now so high that you wouldn't think of using them in takoyaki. The man who had been looking down the whole time mumbled. Yeah, that's right. Akashi Hospital is very expensive, but this man absolutely had to have Akashi octopus. He could have bought the much worse quality octopus for cheaper. As much as he wanted, he would have still been able to fool everyone. There are people other scamming takoyaki vendors who claim theirs are for Akashi, even though they're not. But this man wouldn't accept that. He wouldn't tell lies. Akashi octopus was supreme. He never relinquished this one stubborn conviction. This man loved takoyaki. That's why he never lied. Yet, there was one point I absolutely had to compromise on. What might that be? The number one. Popular opinion that a stick of takoyaki could have 8 pieces on it. Even if it's real Akashi octopus, he couldn't charge 400 yen for just 1 piece, could he? If he didn't have 8 pieces, nobody would buy them. This man wept over it. Well, to make sure the true piece of takoyaki, true piece of takoyaki, he wouldn't even let himself lie to the other seller. Oh, the octopus feared takoyaki and then burst into tears and gently clapped one of his shoulders. No matter what everyone else says, I will always forget how will never forget how genuine you are. You are the true vendor of takoyaki. You are the one in the world with has the right to call. The only one in the world who has the right to call himself that. Clap, 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 clap. As I embraced the shoulder of this man, shedding the many manly tears, those watching delivered a round of applause. Move on my speech. Everyone, beg of you, please eat some of this true takoyaki vendor takoyaki. If we don't treasure genuine men like this, then how can we protect the true powerful takoyaki? Nobody else will eat them. And I will eat them all! Wow, everyone's lining up! Keiichi-kun, you did it! You did it! I think there's more. I think it's more that they thought Keiichi-chan's propaganda speech was interesting, rather than the takoyaki actually looked good. Kei-chan, you could probably sell plain old rocks if you tried. He would do well at product demonstrations in the supermarket. I suspect he would be selling off suspicious vendor wonder knives. Absolutely stunned at the successful pitch, the guy manning the stall next to this one called out to me. Hey, you guys, do that to my sweets too. Great, we'll get the gist of it, right? It's your turn this time, Rena. Okay, I'll do my best. When the apricot sweets are cold, they're very, very good. The apricot sitting so quietly and nicely on the top of the syrup. Oh, it's so cute. Wanna take it home, huh? Look, she lost herself in the midway though. The girl giving it such a natural praise was itself bringing in some customers. The line was quickly formed behind Rena. Next up is that okonomiyaki stand. Satoko, you're up. Rather well. The crunch of the fried tempura butter mixed with the yakisoba is simply to die for. With a huge piece of bacon right on top, when you bite into it, it all comes flooding out. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Yeah! That's freaking great. Now I wanna try some too. It's a huge line formed at my words. What on earth is it? So basically all those onlookers are just following us around for all the stands. When people hear about foods from others and they try it for themselves, it tastes a lot better than it normally would. So that's it. Rika-chan was gorging herself on the food, getting sauce to the bib she put on to prevent the Shrine Maiden outfit from getting dirty. Nice! The older guys are getting into it too. Okay, Kei-chan, which one should I do? Right, Mion, you go to the stand. You go to the stand next to that. Show them the depths of your power. But Kei-chan, the stall next to that is... Whoops. Gold chip scooping stand. A bit out of our element. No, stop, President. I won't flee no matter what the point is. Let's get started. I look forward to a splendid performance, Mion-san. Donix were also waiting for Mion with hopeful eyes. Welcome, welcome. Here's your net and bowl. Okay, here we go. The offers are energetic today. They really look delicious. More things like that, you can crunch them down whole. Butter, butter? Mion-san, what in the world are you saying? Mi-chan, you ate them? Did you eat the one Rena caught last year too? No, I didn't say anything like that. Mion's face went red and she shook it vehemently in denial. It was Shion. I mean, you just said yourself, so that they're really delicious. Yes, you did indeed say so. My sister is omnivorous. She eats anything that can go into her mouth. If they taste good, then maybe I'll try one next time. No, Rika-chan, don't! You get sick! Wait a second. Hey, what the hell? Shion, how long have you been there? Hey, Kei-chan, Mion, everyone, good evening. Where did you come from, Shion? I've been here since a bit with the yakisoba. You're all so loud that I found you right away. Jeez, you've got nothing to do with this, okay? Do you? Go somewhere else already. Jeez, Mion, don't treat me so cruelly. Right, Kei-chan? You're okay with me being here, right? She asked, grabbed my arm and pushed her chest towards it. Bounce. Kei-chan, you're a pervert. Your nose is bleeding. When you squish a jelly donut, the jelly comes out, right? It's the same. This isn't something I have any control over. Is that right? Then will more come out if I squeeze harder? Squeeze? Shion her cleavage. It's right up to my chest. Shion, what the heck are you trying to do? How vulgar! It seems I have misjudged you. What about my flat chest? Oh! Rika clasps onto my other arm too. Rub. Plentiful plump feeling on my left shoulder. The sour sensation of a young unripe fruit on the right. Oh! Boom, boom, bang. Shion, Rika, and I, our faces now bruised, fell to the ground, limbs sprawled. Nice job, Rena. Everyone's so dirty, yo. Rena punched me. It really hurts. Rika, you got what you deserve. Sheesh. Now that Shion was here, the energy around us has increased by 120%. Your friends are so much fun, Mion. I never got bored of them. Alright. If you weren't here, it would be way more fun, you know. I want to stay with all of you, but if you continue seducing Kei-chan, my sister looks like she's literally going to bite my head off. So I'll retreat for now. I'll be back. See you, Mion. Don't be back! Get the salt! Someone get the salt! Teasing her older sister so much, Shion ran away to the crowd of people and disappeared. I feel that I have borne witness to a rare side of Mion-san. When Mi-chan is with Shi-chan, she looks kinda cute. Rena smiled happily, earning her a whack on the head from Mion. Don't say dumb stuff like that. Let's get to the next stand already. Went around just like that, really noisy and liveling to the other stands. We're paying money towards the beginning, but midway through the guys running the shops thought were just too funny and we ended up being able to fool it around without paying much more. Bump! The vigorous sound of a big taiko drum echoed throughout the air. Rika! Looks like it's time. Ah, yep, looks like it. Right, it's just about time for Rika-chan to appear in the offertory dance. I'm a little nervous. Believe in yourself. All you sweat will definitely amount to something, Rika-chan. Mion slapped hard on Rika-chan's back. That's right, you do fantastic, Rika. I'll do my best. Yeah, that's the spirit. I ball my hand into a fist and raise it into the air. Rooting for you, Rika-chan. Go for it. Yay, right? Go for it. Yay! Rika-chan gave the best smile I'd ever seen, then pivoted on her heel and ran off. Okay, we should get going too. Right, let's go cheer her on. You mustn't. You must keep silent during the performance. I got it, jeez. I wrapped my hand, threw out her hair. She was worried about her good friend up there to the end. Then we better hurry. All the good spots will be taken. Come on. Mion ran off and everyone else followed a moment later. A large amount of people had already clustered into a tight space to watch the edifying dance. Wow, this is a lot of people. Turned around to look at everyone else. Nobody was there. Where did everyone go? They probably got lost among all those people. Finally, I spotted the back of Mion's head on the other side of the crowd. Definitely doesn't look like I can get over there. Well, we got separated, no big deal. And just meet back up when Rika-chan's dance is over. Gave up on finding the others and wandered around trying to look for a place where I'd be able to see better. I wonder where he'll end up. Didn't take long for me to realize I'd have to settle for watching between the heads of people in front of me though. Bump! Once again, an even louder taiko drum resounded. This one was to announce the beginning of the dance. Couldn't see very well, but it seemed Rika-chan had come on stage with the elders who were in priestly garb. Heard low exultations of admiration, the seniors rubbing their prayer beads in gratitude. Everyone's heads were in the way, and I couldn't see. It was really frustrating. We should have cut time short and come here to get good spots early. After Rika-chan intoned the prayer, she took the festival hoe and walked to the pile of quilts stacked on the altar. That's right. The point of the ceremony was to purify bedding and to hold a memorial service, wasn't it? Then the solemn offertory dance began. She had practiced using a mochi pounding mallet. The awkwardly shaped festival hole Rika-chan held seemed really heavy. Back and forth, up and down, it was doubtlessly difficult to even lift in the air, but she sweated and waved, raised and dropped it again and again. She couldn't just deal with it and do it grudgingly. All the shrine maidens she needed to retain, as a shrine maiden, she needed to retain the dignity and solemnity presented in the festival. There must be a ton of pressure on Rika-chan's shoulders right now. Damn, why am I cheering her on for a place I can barely see her? I'm her friend, so I should be right up in the best spot rooting for her. Kei-chan, over here. Someone tugged lightly on my back of my shirt collar. It was Shion. She beckoned me outside a crowd of ring of people. She had a mischievous grin on her face I took it as her saying she knew a good place nobody else knew of. Shion, what's up? Shh. Let's be quiet and come with me. After she told me so, she ran in a big detour around the throng. Man, it's great to have someone who knows the lay of the land here at times like this. Presto I was, and nearly lost sight of her right away. No more getting separated from me. I ran right after her so that I wouldn't be left behind. As I wondered in anticipation what kind of secret spot Shion had in mind, we left the crowd of people and went around the back of the shrine grounds. Hey, where are we going? We're getting further and further away. Shh. Just stay quiet and follow me. You'll understand soon. Shion gave me a wink that reminded me of Mion as she said that. No signs of people and not much moonlight. It was dark. We had gotten pretty far away from the crowd and people of the shrine grounds. How are we supposed to see Rika-chan dance from here? See, there's a high spot around here, isn't there? Like a rooftop for someone to look down at it, right? What? We don't have to climb to the roof. So how else are we supposed to see Rika-chan's dance? Did you really want to see Rika-chan's dance? Hey Chan, could it be that your strike zone is really low? Don't think we understand each other here. Weren't you going to show me somewhere I could see Rika-chan's dance from easily? What? Who made that promise? Nah! What's going on? Why me? Why do I always misunderstand Shion? My fault? By just reading the wrong things into it? Then why did you call me all the way here? The expression that indicated she wasn't fooling around, Shion pressed her index fingers to my lips and said something quietly. This place is dark, dead spot, empty spot. You can't see it from the festival grounds. Now male and female of the same age are all together alone. Could it be? Shion's not planning something crazy again, is she? Shh. Look over there. See? Shion whispered, pointing in the dark underbrush. There we saw two figures, one male, one female. What's that? Is that? We were right at the scene of a rendezvous, of course. See, look closely. Can you tell who they are? I peered intently into the darks at Shion's suggestion. Oh, it's from Takano-san. Both of them were clearly breathing quietly and glancing around to make sure nobody knew they were there, as they crouched before the entrance to a wooden storehouse-like building. Wait, Shion, this be what you wanted to show me? Kei-chan, you can see Rika-chan's Shama's dance any year, but you won't get another chance like this, okay? I had thought the Sonozaki sisters each had their own personality, but at times like this, it seemed all too similar. Come back, don't call me for something like this again. If you move now, they'll see us. At our noisy argument, Takano suddenly turned around. Oh my, who might it be? We held our breaths and tried to wait it out. It seemed that Takano-san was now acutely aware of our presence. She and I exchanged glances, then gave up and climbed out from behind the bush. Well, hello there. The moon sure is beautiful tonight, isn't it? My. If it isn't Shion-chan and Mabara-kun. Good evening. Yes, the moon certainly is pretty. What's this, Keiichi-kun? You are smart, you know that? Saying a secret date in a place like this? I guess it was accidentally interrupted something important. You're the ones who were meeting up secretly. Tomitake-san and Takano-san laughed to themselves and got on my nerves for some reason. Wait, so you two aren't having a little rendezvous then? Of course we weren't. Oh, I don't dislike that kind of romance. Hehe. Fortunately, this wasn't the location of a rendezvous either. You would... wasn't a location of a rendezvous either of you would want to see. Sorry for not living up to expectations. Huh? If it isn't a rendezvous, then what are you doing? Mitake-san, were you messing around with a padlock on the door just now? Huh? After she said that, I looked at the two of them again and definitely saw it. They're hunched in the front of a warehouse door, hidden with a pretty heavy-looking padlock. Yes, we've been found out, huh? We're trying to break into the warehouse. But don't tell anyone, alright? Don't tell anyone. Are you thieves or something? I demanded unthinkingly, just because how absent-mindedly Tomitake-san was grinning. Nah, never. Thieves are people who steal things, right? Not like we're here trying to take anything out of here. I see. Then why are you trying to unlock the door? This is a forbidden storehouse for ritual tools. They say only the Furada family and a mere handful of others are allowed in. Forbidden storehouse? I took a few steps back, then looked at the entire warehouse. Suddenly looked like one of those built removed from any signs of people, almost as if in secret. It was filthy, revealing how little it was ever opened. And it was built to be durable, giving it a strange, overpowering impression. Now that I looked at it more closely, it was certainly different from normal warehouses. This place, they're calling it Ritual Implements. Basically, this is the warehouse where they store such tools used in rituals. Or accurately, it's a temple where the implements are enshrined. The ritual hall Rika-san is using for the ovatory dance was inside until today. Of course, if anyone but the Furada family enters, they bring impurity into it, so absolutely no one is allowed a single step inside it. It's a sanctuary. Shouldn't we absolutely not be coming to a place like this then? However, Takano-san, wearing a childlike expression, an innocent smile at best and terribly cruel grin at worst, told you I was researching Himizawa's folktales, the legends out of an interest in them, didn't I? A lot of answers to the question I'm curious about are hidden away inside here. I've waited all this time until today for this chance. A chance. Everybody has eyes fixed on the dance at the shrine grounds today. That was the ultimate blind spot. Yeah. I didn't know you had lockpicking skills, Tomitake-san. Stop it. I don't want to be doing this, okay? Sorry for taking you along with me, but this was thanks to you, Jiro-san. I really am grateful. Sheesh. This is the only time I understand, Takano-san. Don't want to be sneaking into places like this. Hehehe, you really are a good person, Jiro-san. Clink. Tomitake-san undid the padlock, placed it on the other side. It's open. Thank you. At long last. Why are there no ops here? There's supposed to be everywhere in the festival. Takano-san gulped with an unsteady, excited air about her. She gave a heavy shove to the door. A sharp smell of mold and dust flowed out from the gap in the door. I had claimed curses didn't exist, but in this situation, I could believe in them. We went inside such a holy place with our shoes on. It would feel like we could be punished somehow. About it, your accomplices too. You came all the way here, so why not come in and take the tour? Be a little field trip to a museum of precious cultural artifacts that conceal the secret history of Hinamizawa. It's only open today, hee. We're not accomplices or anything. Aren't you interested though? Come on, let's take a peek. Shion said, predictably linking her arms with mine. But we definitely shouldn't be doing this. This is holy warehouse, isn't it? You said ritual implements, right? Feel like we really shouldn't go in? I'm part of Sonzaki family, so I have a good guess at what we'll find in there. But I want you to see too, Kei-chan. Want to show me something? I thought it was just a ploy, but Shion's eye looked entirely serious. Of course, she was the sort who could lie with a straight face. Of course, I was an average boy too. My curiosity was at least twice that of a normal person. Sleeping for forbidding treasures, never to leave this warehouse, chances like this don't come around too often. If I had to choose, then I want to see. Until the locked door is open, but do know about this.
面白くない
If
と
you're
思
not
ったら
interested, Kei-chan, then
ケ
you
イちゃん
can
がきっ
leave
と
now.
興味を惹かれる
Think
と思
you'll
います
wonder
けど
about
ね
it later, though. Notake-san spoke after listening to our discussion, himself having sat down on the stairs to take a short rest. I'll keep a watch here. Go in and check it out with them. I'm not too interested. You have the camera. Come on, man. It might be pretty interesting for a young guy like you, Keiichi-kan. Foo. He said, laughing mischievously. There was no ill will in his laughter.
富武さんは
Take-san,
この
do you
中に何
know
があるか知
what
ってるんですか
is in there? In here? Oh, kind of. Taka-san told me all about it.
相方の特殊
Must
な
be a
趣味
pain
に
to
付き
have
合
to
わさ
go
れる殿
along
方
with your
も大変
companion's
で
unique
すね
hobbies, huh? Taka-san didn't answer, the only responding with a pained smile. Taka-san had this kind of scary air about her, that she'd drop absolutely everything else for something she had an interest in or go straight for it. But Tomitake-san, on the other hand, seemed like the gold standard of what a normal person should be. Having him tell me so frankly to go and check it out suddenly made me feel guilty. Made this guilt feel
じ
lighter.
ゃあ
Okay, but
ちょっ
just a
と面
little.
白くなかったらすぐ出るぞ
If it's not interesting, I'm leaving. You got it. Shion gave me another Mion-like wink.
決まったみたいね
Looks like we've decided.
行きましょ
Shall
う
we
か
go
次
inside?
郎さん
Your son,
留守番をお
we
願い
leave this to
ね
you. Yutaka-san waved his hand to see us off. The inside was pitch black, with Takano-san turned on the battery-powered lantern she brought, revealing a pretty cramped front room.
真っ暗だね。
So dark in
みん
here.
な転ばないよう
Everyone,
に気をつけ
take
るんだよ。
care not to trip over
ご
anything.
心配ありがとう
Appreciate the good sir.
じゃあ門番をよろしくね
Okay, the doorman, keep a good watch.
ここ
Okay,
閉め
doorman,
る
keep
わ
a good
よ
watch. We're shutting the door now. Takano-san smiled spitefully, as if leaving Tomitake-san out of something fun, began to close the
や
door.
れやれ。じゃあみん
Man,
な
all right,
ゆっく
everyone
り
have
楽しん
fun.
でおいで。
There was a low, heavy, and loud noise, and we were completely cut off from the outside world, covered in silent darkness. Takano-san's lantern was the only light we had.
大丈夫よ
It'll be fine.
予備電池も
It's
入っ
an
て
outdoor
ア
lantern
ウ
with
トドア
backup
仕様
batteries
に消え
inside.
たりなんか
Won't
し
go
ないわ
out or
よ
anything. It'll go out now. Looks like Takano-san noticed my uneasy expression. Couldn't help but blush a little and avert my gaze. Deeper inside, there were heavy and old but sturdy doors with solemn decorations on it. It was the last door seeing away what was within.
ただの倉庫なのに
Strange how
全
it
室
has
があ
an
るなんて変わってる
antechamber
でしょ
even though it's just a warehouse, isn't it?
一度に1枚
Only
ず
it's
つ
set up
扉を出
this
入
way
りさ
that
せ
you
ること
open
によ
one
って
door at a time,
災害
now
の
letting
中
the
が
room with
外
all
に
the
見えな
tools
い
be
ように
seen
す
from
る
the
工夫だ
outside.
と考えられるわよ
Takao-san explained this, awfully impressed by the construction. But still, really dark in here. Huh? That over there, it's but a circuit breaker hanging from a clump of wiring clumsily attached to a wall.
これ
Oh, is that a
赤い
light
ブレー
switch
カ
or
ーか何
something?
かじゃないですか
Flip the biggest switch and find and with a click, the pitch black room was illuminated by an old bare light bulb. Everyone scrunched up their faces and suddenly at the sudden strobe light brightness.
ダメです
Don't! Before she even finished, Shion stopped my hand and flipped the switch back. There was another loud click and the room returned to darkness. Only the lantern for illumination.
ててて
How?
ダメですケイち
You
ゃん
can, Kei-chan.
私たち
We stuck
こ
in
こに
here,
明か
remember?
りなんかつけ
We
たら
turn on the
バ
light,
レ
it
ちゃうかもしれないじゃないです
might
か
give us away. I'm scolded by Shion fairly harshly. It looked like she was worried about whether someone had seen them from the momentary light.
大丈夫よ
It's alright.
本当に
Just
一瞬
only for a
だし
moment. Someone noticed. Takano-san remained a relaxed adult. It seemed like she was confident that she could talk her way out if someone did see
入
us.
りましょう
Let's go in.
よっしゃ
Here we go. There. The even heavier door opened, and this time it wasn't just the dust that came out with the air. There also a nasty smell. One smell was like opening a dust-filled cupboard on the back of a kitchen that hadn't been opened for in years. The other smell, the nasty one, was hard to explain, but it was like raw odor of a fish market. From how the sound echoed, this room felt far larger than the first. Takano-san held up the lantern and revealed the contents of the expensive room. Back wall of the storehouse, right in front of us, was a Buddha-like holy object standing there looking down at us. Taken aback by the unseen force, lit up by the slender beam of the lantern. That's a guardian of Hinamizawa, or Yoshio-sama. It's far rather than the one at the shrine. Yoshio-sama, this is the spirit protecting Hinamizawa, one guarding the holy land of Hinamizawa from the impurities of the outside world, one delivering punishment after punishment upon those who attempt to sully the land with the damned construction. Looks like there are far more tools stored here than I thought, but this is so sad. None of them have been maintained. How unfortunate that they are in such a state. Even in the dim lights, I could see a lot of strange objects lining the walls, ceiling, and shelves. Takano-san, speaking as if in a trance, was infatuated by the various implements filling the dark room. They weren't very festival-like or traditional. Instead, this was more like the workshop for a blacksmith or a carpenter. There were a lot of large wooden and metal tools packed in here. Putting it bluntly, it was all pretty boring stuff. I imagine there should be more artistic things in here from the Heian period, but these are a far cry from being cultural artifacts. My expressions betrayed my dashed hopes, and they caught on right away. Oh, is this not interesting for you? It's not into literature or art, so I can't look at the stuff, but I don't really understand its value. Ooh, Kei-chan, you really do look like you don't get it. Guess that's only natural. Takano-san reached into the paper bag she'd been holding the whole time, took up a worn scrapbook, and began to flip through it. And just for you, Kei-chan, I'll tell you an old story. It's a common tale in the region. You go to the library, it would even be on the recommended reading list. Telling stories is such a dark, creepy place. She must have a horror story in mind. Shion's face belied nothing but calm. If she's the same person as Mion, she'd have found fault with me being scared. I'll endure it for now and pretend to be calm. Okay. Alright, I'll read it. After confirming that I was going to be quiet and listen, she began to speak softly like a kindergarten teacher reading a picture book. Long ago, in a certain village in the mountains, there was a swamp. This swamp was very, very deep. Someone called it bottomless. People said it was connected to hell, land of demons. The rumors said that it was deeper than the ocean and that anyone it swallowed would sink into the underworld, a bottomless swamp. Its name was Onigafuchi. Wait, what back to the story I heard yesterday about sacrifices sinking into the bottomless swamp? Would that be the swamp she's talking about? So that's the village was Hinamizawa, right? You catch on quickly. That's right. Though it was called Onigafuchi village at some time. The Fuchi village. It's pretty in auspicious name. It evokes quite an image, doesn't it? Here that the name was changed in the Meiji period. The name of the swamp connected to hell was Onigafuchi, meant the demon's abyss. And that true name of the village Hinamizawa was Onigafuchi village. The villagers belonged to that abyss or to hell, in other words. They lived their lives worshipping the swamp said to connect to it. But then one day, demons began to appear one after another from deep inside the swamp. Villagers feared that hell was overflowing. The demons mercilessly attacked the villagers. They could only watch in fear. They could do no more than hide themselves and tremble. So, did someone exterminate them? Fortunately, there is no Momotaro or Superman in this fairy
じゃ
tale.
あ
Fairy tale.
村を挙げて戦
Then
うわけ
did
で
they
すか
go the whole village together to fight
ま
them?
さか
Heavens no.
村人たちに
The villagers
互角
weren't
に戦う
nearly
力
strong
など
enough
あ
to
るわ
fight
けも
on
ない
equal terms with the demon.
じゃあ
Then the
村を捨
one
てて逃げる
recourse
し
would
か
be
ないで
to
すよね
flee the
そ
village.
れも無理ね
Then they couldn't do that
村
either.
人たちにとっ
To
て
the villagers, this was the
村は
beloved
どんな
homeland.
恐ろしい鬼
It
が
didn't
攻め
matter
てきた
how
からとい
terrifying
っ
the
て
demon,
簡
they
単
wouldn't
に
have
逃げ
to
出せる
run
はず
away
も
so
じゃあ
easily.
どうするんです
Then
か
what did they do?
滅びるしかないじゃないですか
Will they just get wiped out? Unable to fight and unable to run, all they could do was wait for this village to be destroyed. Then everyone had lost hope. Their god. Urshiyo-sama descended onto them.
なるほど
I
つ
see.
まり
So
天から
Shirosama
やってき
came
た
down
お
to
社
the
様
sky
が
and beat all the
鬼た
demons
ちをや
out
っつけ
them.
るわけですか
ケイちゃんは男の子
You're such
で
a
すね
boy,
すぐに
Kei-chan.
腕力
You always
が
jump straight to
走る
using
んです
force to
から
resolve things. Shion sighed, a little annoyed. Embarrassed, I held my tongue.
お社
The
様
thing about Urshiyo-sama,
やっつける
he wasn't a violent god who'd
そう
beat
いう
them
暴
up
力
like you
も
said.
っと優
He was a
しい
kind god filled with love and
慈愛の
benevolence.
ある神様だったの
The strength of Urshiyo-sama descending from the heavens couldn't be compared to that of the demons. They didn't fight, they simply prostrated themselves before his radiant authority. Urshiyo-sama urged them to go back to hell, from whence they came. The demons swept and challenged him, saying they could never return.
鬼たちの世界にも
The words of
厳
demons
しい
too,
対立があって
too has harsh
彼らは
commandments.
地獄
They
を
claimed they
追放
had
され
been
た鬼たち
banished
だ
from
ったん
hell.
ですって
Demons who didn't have a place to return, either in hell nor in the human world. Of course, they were at fault for attacking the village. They deeply reflected on it and were
村
sorry.
人たちも
The villagers
話を聞く
conversed among themselves. Little by little, they came to pity the demons, and, talking with everyone in the village, decided to live alongside them.
退治するとか追っ払うって
A
いう
lot of fairy
昔
tales
話
have
は多いけど
have them being
共
exterminated
存っ
and
て
driven
のは
away,
確かに珍しい
but
ですね
you don't often hear them living in peace.
ですよね
Right?
鬼ってのは
Demons are
元
supposed to be
来凶悪
symbols
の
of
象徴それ
evil.
との共存
A
が
story where
決
they
めたと
decide
いう
to
お
live
話
together
な
with
ので
humans is
本
certainly
当に変わって
strange.
ます
When the demons first heard the villagers' invitation, and they doubted their ears, but soon burst into tears of joy. The villagers had given them a place to live. It was said that in payment for this good deed, the demons shared their many kinds of power and secrets with the villagers.
お社様
Ushio-sama
は
was very pleased
そ
with
の
this
他
happy
鬼た
exchange.
ちが
Gave the demons the
村人と
bodies of
分け
humans.
隔てなく
They
暮
would
ら
be
せるよう
indistinguishable from
そして
villagers.
自らも
King
地
himself
上に
decided to
留
stay
まり
on the surface and watch over the everlasting
両
peace
者の
between
交
them.
流を見守る
A
ことに
land,
し
a
た
land
ん
in
で
which
しょうね
demons and a god live together. At far, the word demon was a noun meaning evil that needs to be exterminated. A god may have mediated for them, but they don't often hear happy endings like that where both sides live in harmony. I see. I guess it's kind of interesting.
普通のおとぎ話
Although the
の
normal fairy
こ
tale
こで
ends
このお
here,
話
it
が
was revised quite a bit during the Edo period in a much longer story.
まだまだ
After that, the
続く
humans and demons
随分と
intermixed.
長い
Eventually, there
話
was
にな
no
ってる
difference
の
between
鬼
them.
の存在は
When
結
demons
局
end up disappearing?
村に溶け込んで
いいえ
No,
消えたりなんかしない
not
で
at
す
all.
半分はしっか
Half
り
of
と
them
残ってい
stayed
たそうで
just
す
as they were. The knowledge that villagers had received from demons basically made them into something inhuman. People called transcendent. They were all aware of the power they had was heresy. Those below worshipped them. They lived their lives in secrecy.
このお話が
This story is the root of many
その後に
derivative
派生
tales
す
and
る
pieces of
だか
fiction.
らこのお
It's the
話が
foundation, I
ベ
mean.
ーシックね
The
原
basis.
点って
What do you mean by root?
村人たちは
She
鬼の
means the
血を
part
引い
about the
ている
villagers having demon
と
blood.
つまり
What I
この
mean
辺りに
is,
伝わ
all
る
of
様
the
々な
legends
伝承
around
や
here
昔
are
話
based on the premise that the
全部
villagers
そ
are
の村の
descended
人
from
たちは
demons.
鬼の血を引い
That
て
was a
いる
hint
と
of
いう
amusement
前
in
提になっ
Shion's
ている
face
んで
as
す
she said that. It was like she wanted to say that she too had demon blood in her. Is there any proof though? Maybe it's somehow rooted in historical fact beyond just
あら
fairy
じゃ
tales.
あ前
Oh,
原ちゃんは
McBarkun, do you believe that demons really did come out of the swamp and breed with humans?
うーん
Well, it's not that I
信じないわけじゃ
don't
ないんで
believe
すけ
it,
ど
but when she said demon, she meant the ones from hell. In ancient Japan, the word wasn't necessarily used to know that only that kind, right? More well-known ones involved the drifting foreigner theory. As the story goes, Westerners who were shipwrecked the nearby seas had such markedly different customs that they were called demons. Japanese people were relatively similar in appearance to other Asians, but everything about those from the West was different. Their physiques, their faces, and their skin color. In Japan, terms like red demon and blue demon evoked images especially of Westerners. Lacking skin pigments, Westerners would sunburn easily and turn red. Being fair-skinned, I think blood vessels appear on the skins would look blue too. A handful of accidental aliens would drift into Japan and come under persecution, being called demons. They would flee into the mountains to survive, turn to bandit groups, and attack villages for food and the like. How does explanation sound? Maybe it's a bit childish. Takuro gave me a weird smile when having come up with such an impromptu hypothesis. Unconsciously followed it up with a self-depreciation. She still didn't smile, as if to make fun of me. That's ridiculous. There are lots of people who subscribe to the drifting foreigner theory. Even so, nobody actually knows what happened. Were they groups of foreigners who had turned the banditry, or were they really demons who came from the bottom of the world? Then Takano, which one do you believe? The truth of the matter aside, rather believe the more fantastic explanation. It's more fun that way, isn't it? Her answer made her sound a wee bit like a romanticist. Here I'd thought she'd reject unrealistic stories like that. Now then, this is where the fun begins. Takano-san brought an end to the storyline and waits for a moment as if to tantalize us. Yeah? Suddenly Shion looked around as if something had caught her eye. Her head bobbed to and fro, like she was making sure nothing had changed. What's wrong, Shion? I'm sorry. Please don't worry about it. Shion pretended as though nothing had happened. Takano-san also made sure nothing had happened, then cleared her throat and breached the next subject. Spend half of the villagers have demon blood. The blood they actually say that it's the blood of some kind of demon that eats people. Man-eating demons? That escalated quickly. That blood still runs through the villagers' veins. They say that sometimes the blood awakens from its slumber. Though the fairy tale had a happy ending, with the humans and demons living in peace, we began to suddenly change into a brutal, bloody story. Well, they eat people. They say that every decade or so, they can't help but want to feast on human flesh. The villagers can't eat each other. So when this happens, it's said that they send onto the human villagers to conduct onikakushi. What's an onikakushi? Broadly speaking, if a demon kidnaps someone, and a person is demoned away. They say the villagers of Onikafuchi would overwhelm unfortunate human villagers in order to kidnap sacrifices. Takano-san's explanation was plain and simple, but when I imagined what it must have been like, it was terrifying. They lose their human reason. The villagers turn into demons en masse. They attack the villagers. They loaf in the dirty world and of the masses below. And when they kill and eat their sacrifices, they're no different from humans after all. What did Hiroshima do? Was he supposed to be staying in the village and watching over them? Hiroshima knew about it, of course. Onikakushi isn't indiscriminate. The villagers apparently never kidnap anyone other than sacrifices decided upon by their god. In text, it's usually one or two people. A village inhabited by those both human and inhuman. Like the heart-warming episode, its colors have inverted like a negative film, revealing the painful, the ugly truth. So, as the knights where they stole away villages, they would feast on their kidnapped sacrifices, which is why the nights came to be known as Watanagashi. Watanagashi. Tonight's festival was Watanagashi. I just couldn't reconcile the fun festivals the horrible tale of Takano-san was telling me. Watanagashi, well, wasn't it? Wasn't it about giving thanks to the futons we use over the winter or something? Kei-chan, Wata has another meaning, you know. Means entrails. Shion, who had been silent till now, spoke up. Entrails? Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Like fish guts. Wait, what? Like a jigsaw puzzle, the fun times I had today and Takano's grotesque tale clicked together in my mind. Watanagashi, gut spilling. One moment. This is going very long. Yes, it's as you imagine, Mebara-kun. Right now, the Watanagashi festival might just be a somewhat early summer festival occurring every June. It used to be different. It used to be a ghastly cannibalistic ritual held on the night the villagers had collected their unfortunate dinner. That can't be true. I had no real reason to say that, but I couldn't help it. Mebara-kun, you said the Watanagashi is a ritual about purifying futons, right? What do you think the futons filled with cotton with water represent? Futons are futons. They're beds. They're things for sleeping in. What else could they possibly represent? I was rattling on, desperately attempting to deny the horrible festival that Takano-san was describing. Deep down, however, I found myself understanding all too well what she meant. Futons stuffed with cotton. If the cottons representing entrails in both pronunciation and meaning, then entrail-filled futons would have to be humans. Why don't you think back to the offertory dances Rika-chan performed? Do you know what she was doing up there? No, I don't. I don't even watch the whole thing. Anyway. Shh, Kei-chan, you're getting too worked up. She grabbed one of my ears, reminding me that it wasn't somewhere I should be raising my voice. Even so, I still couldn't suppress the agitation I felt. Rika-chan was carrying a festival hoe. You probably realized it already, but that's not a hoe for plowing fields. A tool for dissecting human bodies. Didn't see the dance all the way through. I didn't know what kind of performance Rika-chan was putting on after I left. When I told this to Takano-san, she kindly explained Rika-chan's dance to me. Similar, she said, after what I'd seen, Rika-chan would pierce the futons with the hoe, cut them open, and pull out the cotton inside. Then she'd cut the cotton out one bit at a time and set it afloat. That's the kind of ritual it was. Broadly speaking, it was quite the bombastic ceremony, where they'd rip out the guts and throw them into the basin. And then the ritual was over. It's thought that afterwards the villagers, each with a different role, dismantled the flesh piece by piece and feasted upon it. Hehehehe. Sakura-san strangely happily giggled. I felt for some reason violent displeasure. Rika-chan, every day during our lunch break, she'd take a rice pounding mallet into the schoolyard. She'd work so hard, sweating bullets, to practice for the offertory dance that she had done today. All that effort, all that work. Takano-san disgraced it. Even though she worked so hard to practice for today. Takano-san, I think you should choose your words more carefully. Kei-chan's pretty naive, so please don't tease him too much. Moment before I opened my mouth to express how angry I was, Shion stopped me. Shion must have fully realized, however, how the story made me feel. I'm sorry. I thought you'd like a story with that sort of shock value since you're a boy. Takano-san spoke with a hint of malice as she smiled gracefully. After hearing all that, did you figure out what kind of stuff is in this storehouse, Kei-chan? See, look. Shion pointed to one of the wall vaguely illuminated by the lantern's light. There was, a few moments ago, I hadn't held my interest. They were just boring-looking tools lined up on the shelves. All those uninteresting tools that I didn't understand how to use. They all suddenly took on a new meaning. I couldn't help but let out a groan. At first, they had looked like carpentry tools, like chisels and planes. However, when I thought back, I'd seen pictures of those sorts of tools before. Yeah, they came up in Japanese history books. On one page, they introduced the Kaitai Shinsho, or the new text on anatomy. Those sorts of things. It printed realistically the literature of Germany's capital in the medical world. Those aren't carpentry tools. Those strange shaped tools. They're for dissection. Anyone Everyone knows that in the Edo period, they would dissect the corpses of those who had been put to death in order to gain knowledge about Western medical techniques. Illustrations of the dissection tools they used at the time came up in textbook supplements. The thing hung up on the wall all look exactly like the same as those.
もっと怖
If
い
you
言い
want
方するな
a
ら
scarier way to look at
調
things,
理道
think
具
of them
と
as
か
cooking
とか
utensils. Takano-san, holding the lantern, the only light source of the room, led us along the wall. She had the only light. We had to walk after her, whether I liked it or not.
ほら
Look, Takano-san illuminated a cold chain, which left a bigger impression than the other things we saw. Chain in itself was nothing unusual, but further along it were metal fetters that felt like hinges clearly meant for binding people. Kei-chan,
あれ
look at that. She tapped me on the shoulder and pointed to a restraining table that was clearly shaped like a person. My spine froze. My blood felt like it was turning into sherbet as it crawled up my back. On each of those joints, there were things like chains and iron ball attached. It was like the table was stretching for its next sacrifice, ready to spread its arms wide and close them in. It's probably a chopping
犠
block.
牲者を拘束して
I think you'd strap a
この
sacrifice
ダイニン
down
グ
to
で
prepare
お
them for
食事したん
eating.
だと思うわね
Through a chopping block sent a jolt through my body. When I looked more closely, there were many dark slices carved into it, as though from a knife or a saw. There were most clear-cut signs as usage you could ask for, prove that these tools weren't just for show, they were used for the original purpose. If someone was trapped tightly into the table, they probably wouldn't be able to move even a muscle. Their guts would be defenseless. You'd take one of those eerie cooking knives lined up over there, stab them with it, and then you'd slice them open, their belly and dissect them.
話には聞いてたけど
I'd heard the stories, but this is
す
incredible.
ごい
Before coming in here, Shion had mentioned that she had a good guess what was inside, but it seems to have exceeded her imagination.
まだまだあるわよ
There's still more.
どう
How about it?
老人形
More
館
fascinating
より面白い
than a
でし
wax
ょ
museum, isn't it? Takano-san had this happy expression, like she was visiting a toy store for the first time. I don't get it. This Mio Takano person had nerves of steel. Are these bizarre, grotesque objects that fascinating to her? I, for one, was not enjoying myself. I'll be frank, this was all too weird for me. Still, there was something even more horrifying than all of this. That would be none other than Takano-san herself. Takano-san holding the lantern gave off such a thin beam of light, she suddenly turned it off. Then I would. What would I do when the next moment everything went totally dark? That's why I was scared. Takano-san had the only light, and anyway, I was scared. At some point, Shion had started holding my shirt sleeve. It was a little annoying to walk like that, but I didn't shake her off. That minor sensation allowed me to feel the presence of an ally here and now. Before we had even walked halfway to the storehouse, the air I felt on my skin changed completely. The cruel tools lined up, all crammed together in this place. Some were horrible ones made to take away sacrifices' freedoms, and some were tools made to efficiently disassemble and prepare the bodies for consumption. Those were just the things I understood. There were plenty of other strange-looking objects that I couldn't even guess the purpose of. Now that I was here, I didn't have the slightest desire to hear the details, but about what sorts of terrifying reasons they were meant to be used for. At the very least, they were all completely different from the sort of clean, simple killing functions of a katana. Tools to kill people were, obviously, constructed in such a way that they could kill people. If that was the goal, then the person you used them on would, obviously, end up dead. The kind of tools here, however, were different. The tools that were here were for cutting people, for crushing them, for boiling them and cooking them, for grinding them. They were tools of torture. They were made to kill people. The people dying was just an incidental result. Actually, they might not even kill them. If the sacrifices could die during such a horrifying ritual process, that would be nice. But they didn't even die in the process. They remained in a state of hellish pain. Perhaps they were only being allowed to live. Only now, in this moment, did I fully realize just how terrifying and fearsome the difference was. People, you see, most of these wouldn't kill them if used properly. Sakura-san, as if reading my mind, displayed a shocking smile. Burning at the stake, the famous method of execution for witches who kill the person immediately. But when body suffers extreme burns of the skin all over, the decomposition of the skin chemical makeup produces poison-like symptoms that causes an immense shock to the victim. Though I suppose it's still very cruel compared to the guillotine, you have to wait for far longer for that to happen. She described such horrors in such a strange medical way. Shion immediately answered the question I had. Takano-san is a nurse. There's a saying that nothing can scare a doctor. Yes, it's true. Oh, and also, there was a method of executing an ancient Rome where they would grill the person, just like barbecue. They would cover the person in wire, netting, and slowly cook them over a charcoal fire. I think the memories of when I went to a day camp with my family come rushing back now 4 times. So vividly. That's what it was like. Apparently, they wouldn't die too easily for some reason. According to one source, if roasted on one side, a person to a crisp on a entire night, they would still be conscious and able to speak fluently. That's insane. You grill someone the whole day and they'll still be conscious. It's said that ancient Rome, famous for their executions, thought of plenty of ways to execute someone while having the victim stay alive as long as possible. Among them, there was one method where they would open the gut, pull out the intestines, like sausages, pull them up with a winch and put them out on a public display. Shion was behind me, clinging to me, not just because she was scared, she was protecting her stomach. You would think something like with that intestines pulled out would die instantly, right? Actually, as long as you do it tenderly and thoroughly, apparently possible to pull them all the way out while the person is still conscious. I felt a sick feeling in my stomach. It was like my organs were coiling up, just like Takano-san's stare. Though pulling them out with a winch was a rather exaggerated method. It's a more barbaric way than just... They might slice open the gut, then cut the intestines out and throw them away everywhere. It's quite imaginable that there's dreadful things like that too, isn't it? However, those being put to death are conscious. Must be far more terrifying than painful. She spoke with pleasure as if she had come here on a sightseeing trip. I heard Shion gulp multiple times near my ears. Perhaps Hinamizawa, or rather Onagafuchi village, something like that for Watanagashi festival. Listen, if you try hard, can't you hear it? Wanted nothing more than not to hear anything at all. So why? Why only at times like these do I begin to hear things I shouldn't be able to? Because I'm having realized she scared Shion and I enough at this point, smiled soothingly. Then she turned on here, raised the lantern, and began to walk again. If Takos had left us here, we'd get even further away from the light. Shion and I, no matter how scared we were forced to follow Takano-san along on a field trip through the ritual storehouse. I'm gonna have to end mid-chapter, won't I? I suppose we've seen a bit of everything. See? This place is interesting, isn't it? She says, rising the lantern in the center of the storehouse. Dim lighting didn't change, but for some reason it felt like I was able to see all those horrible tools at once. Kei-chan, look up. Shion stammered while grabbing the nape of my neck. I couldn't tell because it was so dark, but there were a lot more tools hanging from the ceiling as well. They all looked like they were made of iron bars, but then I figured it out. Cages. For cages, they were very small. Cramped cages just on like one like a casket. You get locked up in here. No, you wouldn't get locked up inside. It was another tool meant for restraining people, where the iron bars would squeeze you tightly. All the many large things of all shapes were hanging down. Takano-san's mentions of execution by grilling crossed my mind. We weren't just surrounded on all sides, but those terrifying instruments. Pigs crowding the ceiling were even hanging over our heads. There are many of those sorts of bird cages among European torture devices. Surprised to see them in Japan as well. Kei-chan, is there something in there? A person? No, mummy? Where? She desperately pointed to one of the many human-sized bird cages hanging from the ceiling, but I couldn't tell which one she meant. Being in the dark, there was no way you could tell if something was there in the first place. I don't see anything. You sure you're not seeing things? Shion didn't seem convinced, but without a means to confirm for herself, we couldn't do much about it. The Barakun, after seeing this, having come to believe in all of it, the countless terrible rituals passed down in Himizawa, had nothing to do with believing in them. Now that I've been shown the real thing, there's no possible way to deny it. Even the nations of Europe, with their beautiful landscapes and legends, were like maelstrom during the terrible witch hunts in the Dark Ages. It's well known that the era gave birth to countless gruesome forms of torture and execution. Japan was the same way. It didn't have its own era of hellscape-like tortures feasts because of religious suppressions and things of that nature. Nimizawa itself had such a period. It had that much history behind it. Even in Europe, land of the witch hunts, that was all far in the past. No more than a series of historical events. And in this age, nothing that abnormal would ever happen. That must apply to Himizawa as well. Just as Europe had its Dark Age, Himizawa had one too. That's how this should be taken. Even if those things all really happened in Himizawa, they're all long past. They don't have anything to do with people living in Himizawa right now. Barakun, you really do like this village. I didn't sound like she was making fun of me. Takano-san gave me a light smile. Takano-san, you researcher whether those customs survive into the present. You are, right? Shion suggested something that made my heart leap into my throat. Are you telling me that all those horrible things are still going on even today? What I'm about to tell you is a secret, alright? Another story tangent. I mean, it's good for the story, but I thought it would be over by now. Oh no. I can't do more than like 15 minutes. And that's stretching it already. No, I'm done. I'm saving it here. It's probably like literally 15 to 30 minutes away, but I literally cannot do 30 minutes, so that's it. You have my apologies for doing this one more time. At least it's not in the last chapter like the last time. So with this, I guess it's a bit of a cliffhanger. We will be discovered. What will we find out about the modern times of this torture thingy? We'll find all of that out next time. And next time is gonna be in a week since I can't actually stream tomorrow. Shit. I'm cliffhanging myself. Ugh. See you all next time.